You're the points champion, eh?
Yep. Did what we had to do. So sweet. Good finish. 21 sled ran awesome. I had nothing for him today, so they did awesome. And we finished second like we had to, so everybody's happy.
You know, we were in Mount Pleasant last weekend. It was you could have run a jet ski there on that racetrack. So our sled didn't like that. You know, we ingested a bunch of water and had issues, and it was terrible feeling to end up finishing where we did. I don't even know where we finished, but it was way down. We didn't finish the race actually. So to come here today and pull off a win, it was an unbelievable feeling, especially in front of the hometown fans and everything else. So it was a good day today.
This is the province of combat, And these are the faces of war.
Exactly right. Yeah, some people get it and some people don't.
False Racing's gonna get $15,000.
We had a really good qualifying time. We had second there, third in the pro shootout, so we did what we had to do, and then at the race at the end we ended up getting second, and that's what we needed to do to keep in the points lead, and yeah, so now we got the championship, which we really wanted to bring home.
The big goal is to win the race today, and we got that taken care of, and that was really good. So kind of the hometown track for Greg Carteret and the team owner, so it's good to see a bunch of friends here and support, and that helps drive me and push me to the limits. So it was a tough fought battle today, and we did the best we could to come out on top. It was great.
We'd like to thank our major sponsors in the race series: Woody's, Fly Racing, White Pine Lodge, and ML Chartier.
You're the points champion, eh?
Yep. Did what we had to do. So sweet. Good finish. 21 sled ran awesome. I had nothing for him today, so made it awesome. And we finished second like we had to, so everybody's happy. So.
You know, we were in Mount Pleasant last weekend. It was you could have run a jet ski there on that racetrack. So our sled didn't like that. You know, we ingested a bunch of water and had issues, and it was terrible feeling to end up finishing where we did. I don't even know where we finished, but it was way down. We didn't finish the race actually. So to come here today and pull off a win, it was an unbelievable feeling, especially in front of the hometown fans and everything else. So it was a good day today.
This is the province of combat. And these are the faces of war.
These guys on home stretch here in just a little bit. All right, race fans, what's going on right now? We're going to spend the next few moments for you fans to go out for a meet and greet with the drivers. And we're going to holler for you to get back in the grandstands in a few moments as well. So you got this moment right now to go up onto the front stretch, shake hands, meet some of the drivers. If you never met them before, introduce yourself, wish them well. Give them a little high five if you can there. 400 laps of racing coming our way here in just a little bit. So you got the next few moments to spend some time on the track. Please be careful while you're down there. We'll call you back to the grandstands in just a little bit.
Okay, it looks like we're getting ready to start the call to fire the engines. Let's start clearing the racetrack so that these drivers can get ready. We want to be right on time for the 1 o'clock start time. So let's clear the track, get back to our seats. We're going to 400 laps of great racing coming ahead.
Well, attention on the home straightaway. Fans, we appreciate your generosity down here. And the drivers, we need you to your sleds, please. All drivers, report to your sleds. Well, fans, as you make your way back here to the grandstand area, we are just moments away from giving the command to gentlemen, start your machines. How about giving the drivers a nice round of applause, if you would, please, and give yourself a nice round of applause. Nice meet and greet out here, and we sure appreciate you fans being part of our program here this weekend. And don't forget, the Triple Crown Series comes back for the final time in 2 weeks on February the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. That's just 2 weeks away. That'll wrap up our 2017 series here at the Isabella County Fairgrounds. Okay, once we fire things up here in just a few moments, the pits is going to be what we're going to call the hot pits. And only 2 crew members are allowed on the bales down here, so heads up in the pit area. Pick out which 2 guys you want on the bales down here. That's the official call from our race officials. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the afternoon. Would you please rise for the invocation, as well as our singing of our national anthem? And a few weeks ago we were here. Hannah Ostema from Howard City going to sing our national anthem here in just a moment. Would you bow your heads, please? Dear Lord in heaven, we thank you very much for bringing us out this afternoon. We pray for a very safe afternoon of 400 laps of racing. We got a lot of talent here. We thank you for the fans being with us, our sponsors, all of us being together. Protect these drivers, Lord. They got a long day ahead of them. Be with their hands and hearts, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And now for the singing of our national anthem, Hannah Osterman from Howard City, Michigan. Hannah?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner gave way o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thank you very much, Hannah. Give her a nice round of applause. And fans, are you ready? All right, 400 laps of racing action coming our way here in just a little bit. Rob Mason out of Gaylor, Michigan, the co-announcer. And we'll be bringing the action for some of you fans that may have missed the morning festivities here. We had some great racing action early on this morning. And, Rob, we saw some great side-by-side racing.
You know, this track has turned out to be a great track. It's been multiple lanes, multiple grooves. I think when this Pro Mod feature starts, 400 laps to go, I think we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing. I think the start's going to be really, really exciting.
Well, this is the one we've all been waiting for, as we're seeing our promoter, Mike Higgins, work his way down the field, shaking hands, wishing everybody the best of luck. And that's what we're all about here as well. Looks like he's shaking hands with everybody. Mike, are we ready? Gentlemen, start your engines. All right, fans, welcome aboard. This is the Bell County Fairgrounds for the Noble Triple Crown Series here in Mount Pleasant. I'm Leo Pago, the track announcer of Mount Pleasant American Speedways. Rob Mason called the action here a year ago, and Rob, you saw some great racing here last year, and what can the fans expect when we get going here?
You know, it's a long race. It's 400 laps. We're going to see a lot of team involvement, a lot of driver involvement. There's a lot of strategy to this race to make sure you come to the end. We saw it in the stock race earlier. We had Isaac Wolfgang lead that race almost start to finish, and I say almost. There was some strategy in the driver, Joey Birch, that put down, and he was able to come right at the end and steal that win out from under Isaac. So, you know, the track has got a couple spots that's going to dirt, so it's drivers that are going to be able to save their carbides, save their studs, traction to the end on what lines they're going to run. It's going to be a lot of strategy, a lot of team play, some ski changes, 400 laps, long race, long day, good racing.
Well, fans, we hope you're excited. I'm excited, and, well, they got the machines fired up. Might be a parade lap or two, our pace sled. looking things over right now as we're on the home straightaway down here. We hope you fans have had a chance to patronize the sponsors all weekend long here at the Isabella County Fairgrounds. Want to thank all of our sponsors for putting things together. And don't forget, we'll return here in 2 weeks on February the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. All right, looks like we're about ready to get the field moving here, folks. Place your bets. 400 laps coming our way here in just moments.
You got 15 of the fastest Enduro sleds in the country right now, all lining up. They're taking their pace lap right now. The pace sled leads them around. We got probably a couple laps under yellow, getting them lined up, and then it's going to be green flag racing. 400 laps, Leo. Going to be a long day. You got your cough drops?
Well, thanks to you, I got a couple up here. Now, I think we're going to need them here. We're kind of fighting Mother Nature's elements right now, like a lot of people are, so we're going to do what we can here to keep our coughing behind the microphone. But, yeah, I'm excited here, and I think we got enough energy up here to keep things rolling right now. All of our scorekeepers, our officials, I think we're ready to rock and roll with this one here.
Yep, going to be a great start to the day. Starting right on time. A great racetrack, perfect atmosphere. There should be no snow dust. These drivers are going to have great visibility. That's going to give them some real side-by-side action. Good stuff. We've got the pace sled. We're going to bring them down through the pit lane one by one. I think it's going to show them the pit speed. Going to show the teams where their respective trailers are, because there's going to be multiple stops. We're going to need fuel. We're going to need skis all day long and driver changes. So lots of pit shells, lots of pit changes, lots of teamwork in this race.
Well, once again, the ruling is only 2 members to a sled able to get on the bales down here. So that was taken care of at the drivers' meeting. We had a drivers' meeting at 8:45 last night. So setting the pace right now through the pits. We're going to get them 2 by 2 as they exit down off turns number 1 and 2. Well, as we watch the pace sled lead the field down there in that third turn, something we sometimes do at a lot of racetracks that we work at. Fans, we like your participation. Just to show your appreciation, when they come down out of turn 4, what do you say? You get on your feet, wave to your favorite driver, send them off with a thumbs up, a high five. Let them see as they come down out of turn 4. You guys against the pit wall in the infield, if you can hear us down there, let's give a thumbs up to your favorite driver and wish them well. We are just moments away from 400 laps of green flag racing as we come to a stop down here in turn number 4.
We've got one electronic device that we've got to work on the 67 sled. We'll get that handled before the race gets going, and then things are going to be dialed in and getting ready to go green here in short order.
Well, transponder issues 9 o'clock this morning kind of stopped our show for a little bit, but once we make an adjustment on the 67 machine, and we were told it's a number 67, Dustin Ferrick, it looks like. We'll go green flag racing here for you in just a moment.
Ivan Hansen, a longtime racer in this sport, is our pace sled driver. He's standing there patiently waiting. Looks like they've got the sled button back up. All the scoring devices are taken care of. I think as they clear the track, Ivan will bring them back around, and we'll get ready to go green again. Looks like that one sled that we had a small quirk with, we're going to send him by to make sure it's working just fine. We got thumbs up and scoring control, so I think things are good. There's a lot that goes into behind the scenes of a race that has 400 laps in it. All these sleds are, hard to keep track of from up here, so we've kind of rely on electronics and all these girls and guys behind the scenes. You've got to make sure things are working correctly.
Well, Rob, looking down our lineup, looks like Matt Town and the number 7 is going to be one of our front row starters, along with the 21 of Troy DeWald. Of course, we got co-drivers that's going to be switching off here. The Michael Haynes, Joey Birch machine's going to line up row 2 on the inside. And the number 12, Cam Vermash and John Bosick in the number 12. That's that row. And then it's going to be the Cody Bauer machine, Tyler Nichols in the 19, and Dan Mackey in the 34, Kyle Rowe. They'll start next.
In the 7th position, we've got the 88 sled of Eckert Racing with Isaac Wolfgang and Andrew Terrell. In the 8th position, 31 sled of Aaron Meyer and Anthony Meyer. In the 9th position, the 02 sled of Jay Middlestad and Jake Bears. In the 10th position, 20 of John Giffel and Bill Esquia. In the 11th position, the 537 sled of Ryan Fouts. In the 12th position, the 67 sled of Dustin Fioric and Jordan Carlson. In the 13th position, the 125 Little Caesar sled of Larry Young Jr. and Brian Ball. In the 14th position, the number 32 Kevin Vermeesh and Aaron Celeste. And the 01 of Nathan Joseph and Jake Garrow is rounding out the top 15 in our race order. You know what? You know what I'm seeing, Leo? Interestingly enough, the number 1 pole sitter is Luke Krentz. The number 2 is Troy DeWald. And the number 3 is Mike Haynes and Joey Birch. We've saw those guys out on the track today earlier, and they put on quite a show earlier. So already we've got some of our best performers earlier in the day, getting ready to pace this field and start the race right in the front.
Well, we should be going green, and that's a stunner field right here, folks. What a lineup in that first 2 rows right there, as we just mentioned there by Rob. And our officials down at turn 4 should be seeing our pace sled. We'll see if he exits down in turn 4 to the inside. That's going to be a sharp left turn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give a nice wave off. Coming our way down the home stretch. We're ready to go.
We're going green.
Good clean start so far as they make their way down in turns number 1 and 2. Right now, field getting strung out. And here we go, already mixing up down the back straightaway. Rob, they're coming to you down in turn number 3.
They sure are. We've got a lot of sleds. They're all awful close and bunched up. Multiple lines coming out of the corner. We got some guys running right in the dirt and some guys 3 lanes up. It's going to be some great racing. And look what I'm seeing.
Troy DeWald's going to lead that first lap in the number 21. He got a good start on the outside of this event. And then it's the 7. He's going to be fading back here a little bit now as Matt Town has fallen just a little bit. Still a contender in this as we go for lap number 2. They're coming our way off turn number 4.
Yeah, it looks like the 21 sled. He's going to run right in that groove, right through the dirt.
Cam Vermash just made a move up in the second spot in that number 12 machine. The top 3 are now real close together as they've got a slight edge over that race for 4th. And it looks like possibly Cody Bauer making a most strong move on the inside for 4th spot. He'll get it done in 3 and 4.
We've got the 88 sled of Isaac Wolfgang working the 7 on the outside. Troy DeWald, number 12. And Joey Birch running down the guard down the front stretch. 1, 2, 3 right in order.
Joey Birch advancing up in the 3rd spot. Brush off that victory nearly 2 hours ago. And he is all warmed up. He's sitting a very close 3rd right now. And on the move to Bauer Racing, number 19, taking 4th a lap ago. He'll try to advance in on our top 3.
I think that's Johnny Bosak running in 2nd place. He's a veteran out there, and it's unbelievable the pace he's putting in already.
Matt Town running in their top 5 yet after starting in the front row. Setting the pace right now. Everybody settle down knowing we've got a long way to go. We've got 4 laps in so far, and we got the 34 having trouble here on the home stretch, the Dan Mackey ride.
It looks to me like the leader, Troy DeWald, is just kind of out there cruising. This sled is really set up and working. He's just finding his own line and putting down some laps.
Alrighty, one driver exiting into the pit area. Problems for that machine. I believe that's a 34. I'm going to double check on that ride. Here come your leaders now as they make their way down out of turn 4. A nice battle heats up right here. Troy DeWald is still maintaining the lead.
You're correct, Leo. Number 34 is in the pits already. Let's see if we can get a look on what they're doing. They're looking over the sled right now. Oh, they did do a driver change early on. That's kind of an interesting move.
Well, we got the Mackey number 34 back out of the pits, losing a lot of ground on the front runners, but don't forget, 400 laps, anything can happen out here. We're watching our leaders pace their way off turn 4. Troy DeWald still with that lead right now as they continue on down the back stretch into turn number 1 and 2, that is. Cam Vermash in 12 is running second.
1, 2, 3. It's a great race so far. Less than 10 sleds separates first to third. They're just out there making laps, going anywhere they want. They're moving up high, moving down low. That 21 of DeWald is really putting a perfect line down.
But Joey Birch, Mike Lane's number 22, still running up here in that third spot right now and slowly creeping in. It's going to be a 4-race battle here in our sleds as Cody Bauer in the 19 is slowly catching up on our lead pack right now. And Cody's co-driver, Tyler Nichols, may be the driver in that machine at the moment. Our leaders are coming again off turn 4.
In short order, we're going to have leaders catching the lappers, and we're going to see how that plays out. We saw that play out big time in the stock racing earlier. Sometimes the lapper's in the line you want, and it enables the guy behind you to take a better pace.
Down the back straightaway, the top 3 continue to work their way into turn number 3. We'll have slower traffic on that 34 who had to make a pit stop. They did Mackey Kyle roll machine as they come down out of turn number 4. This time by it's 10 complete.
390 laps to go. Long race ahead of us, Leo. But right now we got a great race. The top 3 are 1, 2, 3 right in order. Less than 15 feet separates all 3 of them.
Leaders make their way into turn number 3. And the Mackey number 34 is going to move to the side. Here come your top 3. They're going to put him a lap down. Cody Bauer's number 19 machine, along with Tyler Nichols, holding on to 4th place right now. And sitting back in the 5th is the number 7, the pole center of this end, Matt Town in the 7.
You know, you're right. The top 5 are just kind of slotted in, and I think they're just staying in their positions, running their race. Everybody's able to go the line they want right now. Things are looking smooth. The track's holding up fine. Looks like Troy just kind of moved up a half a lane a little bit. It's allowing Bozek to come by. We're going to have a race for the lead. Here comes Bozek taking over the lead.
Brand new leader heading down to turn number 1. Vermash in the number 12, maintaining the lead. He just got it seconds to go. And that's going to put Troy DeWald back into second position right now. The Joey Birch, Michael Haynes machine still in third place. The Bauer Racing number 19 in the 4th spot.
Bozek is really on the move right now. He's putting some fast laps down. It looks like there's just a slight hesitation of DeWald heading into turn 3. He's got a little bobble when he goes into 3, and that's enabling Bozek to pull up on him. And Joey Birch is actually reeling him in for that second position now.
Well, the 6th spot back there being brought up by the 88 machine back here of the Isaac Wolfgang Andrew Tiro machine. That's a separate battle, but your top 3 back down here, complete lap number 14.
What a great race we got going so far. We've got some movement going on. It looks like for 6th place, a little bit of a pass go on. Looks like the 88 overtook the 7, so Accurate Racing moving into 6th position. Things are moving around up front. 1, 2, 3. Again, less than 15 feet separate them. They are just locked in, and it looks like Bozek is setting the pace right now.
Troy DeWald a lap ago trying to retake the lead. He took a look out the inside on the home stretch. Here comes your leaders again. They'll come off turn 4. Cam Vermash is still maintaining the lead.
Joey Birch is not content to sit in 3rd. DeWald kind of bobbles in 4, and Joey was right there to try to capitalize on it. We got a race going on for second and third. And meanwhile, Bosek is just sitting a couple lengths out, kind of idling around, making laps. 1, 2, 3 in that order. Bosek, DeWald, and Joey Burt.
Leaders again coming down here out of turn number 4. We're going for 17 down in the record books right now. Cam Vermosh in the number 12 still with the lead. Troy DeWald, the Joey Birch McLean's still in third. The 19, the Bauer machine sitting back there in fourth spot, fading somewhat, but still on the lead lap.
Now it looks like Troy's kind of remounting a little charge. He's right on the mud flap of Bosek. Bosek on the Polaris, DeWald on the Cat. They're running 1-2. These sleds are almost identical. Looks like we might have a lead change. There goes DeWald around to Bosek. He goes in. That was awful close. He slid into him. He was loose right up to his spindle, Leo.
That's a veteran move we see on the dirt. And right now that move to put him on the inside lane. We're watching it heat up again down the back straightaway. Racing hard at nearly 100 mile an hour heading down there in turns number 3 and 4. And now we got some slower traffic in front of our leaders. This will shake things up.
It's about to get interesting. The leaders are hitting the lappers, so things are going to be really heating up. As the lappers are in their way, we're going to see who can get through these the quickest and the best. Right now, DeWald is on point. He was able to put that lead and make it stick this last lap. Now he's catching all the lappers. Let's see how it affects him.
And again, leaders coming down there in turn number 3. Almost contact down here. And we've got about 4 machines in front of our leaders right now. Troy DeWald in the 21. He may have some trouble going through this traffic. This may be a break we're looking for the drivers running behind our leader.
You know who's made a move? The 88 machine has gotten past the number 19. The Eckert Racing machine's gotten himself slotted into 4th. He's actually running down 3rd. That machine is on the move. We might see something happen to put him into lead contention.
The leader is coming your way off turn number 4. It'll be 21 laps in the book right now. And right now our leaders are coming by single file formation right now. And now there's a bit of a gap from first back into second spot as they race their way down in turns number 1 and 2.
Boy, the leader is really caught up in a lot of the lappers that he's caught. There's sleds all the way around the racetrack now. It's sled, and DeWald is trying to pick his way through the slower riders. That's allowed Bosek to catch back up to him. But it's whoever catches him in the best spot on the racetrack is get the advantage.
Well, a moment ago was Troy DeWald putting a slide job on your leader at the time, and that put him up in front. Oh, trouble on turn 2. This is going to bring us under a caution.
The driver's up, and looks like everybody's okay. Doesn't look like there's any issue. The sled is up on its side. The driver's tipping it back over. It looks like it's the number 34. They were in earlier and did a driver change, so it looks like it might be the second driver on that sled currently. So I'm wondering if that is the Kyle Rowe operator on the sled. But again, it looks like he's up. He's got the sled back running. No need for even a tow sled. We just got a yellow on the caution, and the sleds will get themselves back in line. We're going to have a great restart now, Leo.
Well, our first caution flies at lap number 23. And right around 5 or 6 laps to go, we saw that slide job by Troy DeWald take place down at turn number 1. What a move it was to get around the number 12 machine of Cam Vermosh and the John Bosek machine. They're now trailing unofficially back in the second spot. We'll go to third place right now. That'll be the number 22, the Michael Haynes Joey Birch ride. They won a preliminary earlier this afternoon. And then our monitor showing the fourth place machine, the Andrew Terrell and Isaac Wolfgang machine. They're into the 4th position. And the Bauer number 19 machine, they're sitting in our top 5 right now. I believe Tyler Nichols is going to race the first part of this event. So unofficially, that is your top 5. We got some lap machines amongst the leaders. We'll get things sorted out here in a moment.
The Woody's pace sled is slowing them down, trying to get them in line. We're going to go 2x2 for a restart, which is going to make this a real exciting restart. Oh, there goes the lucky dog that is the 1 lap down sled. He's able to make up his lap right now, so he's going back around to get himself back in order. We're going to stack them and rack them. There's almost 24 laps in the book, Leo. Do you think anybody's going to go into pit at all, or are they going to stay right in line?
Well, your guess is as good as mine right now. We got a long way to go in this event with 23 laps down right now. So right now, everybody holding their own position. Hard telling what the strategy is going to be for these guys in this long race. So, again, 24 laps in the books right now. And, again, we'll have the official rundown for you in just a little bit. So, leaders got kind of a break for some guys here, Rob, because that lap traffic was bunching up good in front of our leaders up at the point of the caution flag.
Yes, it was. It probably saved a lot of guys from going a lap down. That kept them on the lead lap. That's a savior for some of the back markers, because as this plays out, every position counts for points. So that's a big deal. So that some of the leaders were catching guys, and right now that enabled them to stay on the lead lap. We've got them bunched up. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, we do have. It looks like Faust is coming into the pits. It looks like pretty much all the back riders are going to come in. I don't know if they're going to splash or just change skis, but that's not a bad move. If you're in the back, you might as well get fresh stuff so that you're ready to go. It looks like we've got Fouts in the 537, the 34 Kovar, number 32 is in the pits, and the 02 is in the pits as well.
Well, the 34 Machino brought us under the yellow with the flip down there in turn 2. They're in the pits. They're making some adjustment change on that machine right now as we're looking down towards turn number 4. We got another rider coming up out of the pit area in the number 537, and the 02 machine coming out now as well.
So Fouts was in. Looked like they topped it off and put skis on it. So he's going to be fresh, ready to go again. So that may be an interesting strategy. You know, with a half-mile track, we can see the gas on these sled. I'm thinking they can go over 100 laps easily on the tank that they carry. So, I'm not. He obviously didn't need fuel, but does this? If we get a long extended green flag without a caution, does this allow the Fouts sled to not have to pit under green? We'll see how that works out.
Like you said, we got a long way to go, and we see the 34 machine coming back out. So good news for the Dan Mackey, Kyle Rowe driven team. They'll come back out of the pits down to turn number 1. Our officials checking things over right now, and we are possibly going to go green our pace sled into the pits down to turn 4.
I'm thinking let's watch that 88 sled. He's on the outside. He was making moves earlier, and here he goes. He's going to make a 4 wide, go around the top. He was in the 5th position, and look at him up. He's up battling for 4th. He's going around Joey Birch on the outside. He's got smoke. Let's see how this plays out for him. 1, 2, 3 slot into the same order they were, with 888 sled in 4th. Isaac Wolfgang in 4th. Birch in 3rd. It looks like Bosek in 2nd. And Troy DeWald, the number 21 machine, is back on point and leading the race.
Excellent battle here. 3 wide down the home straightaway. Close call on the 67. The 67 drifting up a little high there. The Dustin Farrick machine almost making contact with the Aaron Mayer, number 31. They'll settle things down right now, down on turn 2. Our top 5 and 6 are getting strung out again as we're back to racing with 27 laps in the books.
Here they come, 1, 2, 3. It looks like Joey Birch is going to work on Bosek for the 2nd position. We've got a change. Joey Birch moved into 2nd. Bosek slots back to 3rd. It looks like the number 7 sled is now in 4th. The Luke Krentz machine has moved himself back into 4th. Now we've got, looks like that 34 is coming back in the pits under green.
34 back in the pit area, so things not right after that caution incident a moment ago. Right now, a pass taking place off turn 4. It'll be the 4th and 5th spot. It's Andrew Tyrrell and Isaac Wolfgang in the 88. Making their move to about 4th right now as they trail our leader right now. The number 22 machine up in front. The Michael Haynes, Joey Birch ride as they make their way down to turn number 3.
You know, the number 12 sled that took over the lead earlier, I'm seeing him start to slot backwards a little bit. I'm wondering if he's got a little bit of an engine issue. He's not quite the pace that he was earlier. This lap he's looking better, but earlier he was falling off.
Troy DeWald is maintaining that lead right now. We announced the 22 machine maintaining the 2nd spot right now. We're watching our 1st and 2nd place riders going into turn 3, and they've got a slight advantage over the race for 3rd spot right now. That battle's going to be heating up as they come our way off turn number 4 with 31 laps complete this time.
No real change at the front. DeWald leading, the Joey Birch in 2nd. And then we've got the number 7 sled of Luke Krentz and Matt Town. They're running strong. And then the 4th place is the 88 sled of Isaac Wolfgang and the Eckert Racing team. Here comes Leeck Tommy Bauer, the 19 sled, just really run hard. Tyler Nichols has got that one on point. I don't know if he's that fast or if the 12 is starting to slow down.
Leaders make their way down for lap number 32 in the books. First and second, taking it real easy up front right now. It's all clear sailing for the next several laps. They'll make their way up the second turn as we speak. The man at town number 7, unchallenged in third spot right now. And right now, their leaders are going down in turn number 3 at the north end of the Isabella County Fairgrounds half-mile race course as they come down off turn 4.
I tell you, you watch that Joey Birch sled, that thing is nice and planted, coming around the corner nice and flat, and Troy's kind of carrying a ski and fighting it. So I think as laps progress, we're going to see that 22 make a knock on his door.
Down the back straightaway. Still clear sailing for you in count 2. Among our count 5 and 6, things have settled down as we speak. The man at town number 7, unchallenged in third spot right now. Looking back into fourth and fifth spots, that is going to be the Andrew Tiro, Tyler Mickett, Isaac Wolfgang, Andrew Tiro ride in the 88, followed around by Tyler Nichols in the number 19.
What a great race we've got going so far, Leo. There's 34 laps in the book with 400 total that we're planning to go. So nice and smooth. The leaders are just kind of progressing along nicely. We have yet to catch up to lappers again, so it's going to take a bit. Oh, did you see? The wall go high side and labeled the Joey Birch sled to run right up on him. I think we might have a good race for the lead right here.
Well, that was a close call coming off turn number 4 right now. Getting it up on one side, but maintaining the number 1 spot as they head down. Troy DeWald looking good right now as he continues his lead on the 22. The Michael Haynes and Joey Birch ride as they come off turn number 4. 36 laps complete this time. Cam Vermash in the number 12 machine. Early contender, sits a distant 5th right now. And got some passing going on off turn number 2. One of our riders may be going a lap down.
No change at the front. Still Troy DeWald just kind of sitting back cruising with Joey Birch running him in second right on his mud flap. Third, fourth, and fifth have all got about 15 sleds between them. I think they're just back kind of cruising, making sure the laps pass without any incident.
Scooting around off turn 3 and 4, about 37 laps in the book. Top 2 coming down Ray off turn number 4. Troy DeWald still in first place. The Mike Haynes, Joey Birch, number 22 in the second spot. Here comes your third place machine, the number 7, yet being driven by Matt Town from Interlochen, Michigan. And next in line will be the Andrew Tiro, number 88. And then fifth spot, Tyler Nichols in the number 19.
Here comes Joey Birch. He's going to make it work. He's going to the outside. He's going to try to do that same slide move. Didn't quite have the pace to be able to pull it off.
That's a great battle for first and second spot right now. Michael Haynes, Joey Birch, 22. Almost had a shot for the lead there a moment ago, going down in the turn number 1. They've settled things down a little bit, and they are probably within 5 laps of catching some of the back runners as they come down. It'll be 40 laps complete this time.
You know what I'm seeing? Let's look back a little bit, Leo. That 537 came in with the only yellow pit we had so far. He took on fuel and a gas. He started at the back of the field. He just passed for 6th.
Leaders again scooting away by 41 laps complete. Troy DeWald maintaining a lead there all about maybe 5 sled lengths over the number 22 of the Michael Haynes machine. Here's your third and fourth place battle right now. And holding on to third, Matt Town. He's going to get some company coming up from the Andrew
The sled on the move right now
88.
is 5. Oh, sorry, Leo. They're so loud I couldn't hear you talking, buddy. The sled on the move right now is the 537 of Fouts. He's came from the back and he's moving it forward in a big, big way. Up front, we've still got DeWald. He's caught lappers now, so we're going to see how that works out between lappers and Troy Birch.
42 laps are in as the leaders head their way down the back straightaway. And now they got some traffic in front of them to deal with right now. They still got a big gap over that race for third, which is coming into turn 3.
We got a battle going on for third and fourth right now between the Eckert Racing 88 and the 537 of Fouts. Fouts started at the back of the pack. He's one of the few that pitted under that first yellow, and he's came from the back of the pack battling for third right now.
Troy DeWall making his way by in the number 21. They've got a couple lap machines separating first and second, so they pulled away a little bit. Our leader has over the number 22 of the Michael Haynes and Joey Birch machine. So well back into third spot. That battle continues also.
Going into 3 and coming out of 4, here comes Troy DeWald. He's got a pack of 4 slower sleds in front of him. He's going to have to overtake in this lap. He's got quite a space between him and second, though. He's able to put a couple slower sleds between himself and second place, but he's got 4 in front of him he's got to put down. So we're going to see how this works and see if Joey Birch is able to reel in the leader a little bit.
Down the back stretch, our leader's got their turn number 3 right now. Still some heavy traffic in front of our top runners as they come down out of turn 4. We'll be scooting our way to lap number 46 this time around.
And that 537 sled of Fouts was able to make that pass on the 88 Eckert machine. That puts him in third. He's the only one that's pitted so far. He's put more gas in and more skis, so he's really on the move. And actually, he's got the second place sled right in front of him, Leo. He is on the move. Let's see if he can run down second and maybe even the lead.
He might be able to do it here. Momentum's going to be in his favor right now as we got a couple racers in front of our leaders here. But that gap, I don't know. Coming up, there's 22, the Michael Haynes ride. Trying to hold on to that second spot. The 37 has also advanced his way up through there as well. As they come down through the area, it's going to be Ryan Faust trying to hang in on their top 5.
Fouts is really on the move. Here he goes. He went around the lapper. It looks like he's going to pull off the second place position. He's running high. He's the only Axis race sled on the racetrack. Everybody else is running IQRs. Here comes Fouts. He's going to have second place. He's going by the line. He just put Joey Birch into third.
Using that high side off turn 4. The group may be changing this racetrack as it's heated up this afternoon. But that run for second's a dandy one between Faust and the 537, along with Michael Haynes and the 22. They've still got a ways to go to run down our leader, but a long ways to go with 49 laps coming up.
Just about a full straightaway between first and second with 3 riders between the two of them. But I think the man on the move is Fouts. I think he's putting down faster laps. He's got a number of laps to go ahead of him to run down our leader, Troy DeWald, on the 21.
Coming up to lap 50 here in a moment. The traffic continues to make things real exciting for the racers down here at the north end. It is still Troy DeWald in the 21. All by himself right now. He's cleared about 4 lap machines. Coming back for second and third spots. Ryan Faust in the 537. Now pulling away from third place in that 22, the Michael Haynes machine. Michael's got to contend with that lap of traffic as well as they go down into turns number 1 and 2.
Here comes Troy leading the lap. He's all by himself, got a clear track in front of him. He's going to be able to put some laps down right where he wants, whenever he wants. Faust has still got 2 slower sleds in front of him to get by to be able to have that number 1 sled in front of him.
51 laps down in the record books right now. Troy DeWald putting on a driving clinic right now, completely unchallenged in this event. Strategy for pit stops is going to play a factor later on in this event. Our track is starting to change. DeWald right here in that 21, hitting some rough spots coming down out of turn number 4. Rest of our field coming around, and they've got some handling issues to deal with right now. Ryan Faust puts it on the outside. He's still in second in the 537, and now he's got a straightaway to try to make up on our leader.
What I'm seeing out of the 537 sled we saw out of the stock race earlier. He's running the high line and keeping his skis out of the dirt. I wonder if that's going to play off later in the race for him and be able to make it. Now that he's past the lappers, I say that, and he's back in clear sailing. He's able to make that sled work up high.
Well, right now the leader's all by himself on the back straightaway. And now we've got the Michael Haynes still contending with slower traffic. And pulling way out in front now for second spot is Ryan Faust in a 537 machine. And he's got a straightaway to make up on this guy right here, Troy Dewald in the number 21.
You know, I think Troy Dewald is out for a Sunday drive on a Saturday. He's just sitting back, just cruising down the straightaway, making it work. He's got a full straightaway on the second place competitor. He can make that sled go wherever he wants. It looks really, really good right now, but I know that Faust is really gathering it up. I know what he's wanting. He's wanting to see a caution, and let's bring this field back together.
No doubt, he's got her on cruise control coming your way off turn 4, hitting the rough spots around here a little bit. We'll keep an eye on turn 4. Some of these guys are hitting their marks perfectly. Here's your second place machine, Ryan Faust in the 537. He's trying to do all he can to run down our leader.
Our third place is Joey Birch just coming by. He's got a couple of slower markers to get through and still maintain his third position. But 4th, 5th, and 6th is awful tight still. They're in a real good battle on the racetrack.
Well, right here off turn 4, it's going to be 57 laps in. Ryan Faust trying hard to run down our leader. And our leader off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's gaining ground on a couple of our slower riders on the back stretch right now. That lead is a full straightaway yet. So Ryan Faust not chopping away a whole bunch at the moment. Got a long ways to go yet in this 400-lap event.
I don't think there's much position change, and it looks like their pace is running about the same. First and second seem to be running about the same lap time. I think their gap on the racetrack staying about the same. Let's look back at third and fourth. Joey Birch is kind of slowing down a little bit. He's kind of coming back. The 88 sled is running fourth, and then the 19 sled is running fifth. But they're only about a straightaway in front of this 21 sled. Before too long, he's going to put fifth a lap down.
Again, angling down in turn number 1, putting on a driving clinic right now. He's looking real smooth right now. He's cleared several lap machines so far, and is looking down the backstretch. He's probably within 3 laps of catching some more of the back runners. As we have crept up on lap number 58. We're still waiting to see if Ryan Faust has anything to run down our leader, as some of these guys may be having their fingers crossed for maybe a quick caution. I don't see it happening right now.
No, these drivers are really doing a great job. I don't see a caution in the horizon at all. What this may come down to is some green flag pit stops, and if it's green flag pit stops, then it's on the team. Who can change skis, who can get gas on these sleds faster? Because if it's green flag, every second's going to count on the pit road.
Got some good racing going on down on turn number 2 right now. Our back runners are still maintaining their spots right now, and still with the points in the book right now for some of these guys. We're seeing some of the back runners putting on some great racing down here in turns number 3 and 4. Our leaders are still separated by a huge margin yet as they break their way around the speedway, and we got one driver coming into the pits.
We got one driver entering the pits right now, but we also have a position change about to happen. Number 77 has caught our Joey Birch sled. So 7 is pulling around Joey Birch right now. It looks like Luke Krentz is going to run him down. On the backstretch, it looks like Joey Birch had a little bit more straightaway steam, but we get into this corner, and the Luke Krentz number 7 sled was running him down the lap ago. Let's see if he can make it stick.
Coming by us right here is the driver being scored in third spot, Joey Birch in the number 22 right now. He's cleared some slap traffic right now. He's trying to get a run up on our leader, and right now he's way behind as our leader comes by with 62 laps in the record book. Troy DeWald running on the inside lane. He clears about 2 or 3 of them right here in just 1 lap. So he's hooked up, and he's still flying around the speedway.
It looks like the 67 was in. They've been in the pits. They've done a little maintenance. They're back out, heading out.
$63 laps laps coming our way right now. Troy DeWald holding on to a hefty lead right now in the number 21 machine. Got a quiet moment right now as our field comes down out of turn 4. Some of our drivers not on the lead lap yet.
That position threat that took place between Luke Krentz and Joey Birch earlier on, it looks like Joey was able to grab another gear and space it back out to about 15 sleds. Just as I say that, Luke is pulling up on him out of turn 2. We got back to a ski to mud flap race going on.
Unofficially right now, we got 7 racers on the lead lap yet. The next driver unofficially to go a lap down is going to be Tyler Nichols in the number 19. Troy DeWald is on the move right now. He's wasting no time this afternoon. He's put 64 laps on the scoreboard right now as we've got a few of our riders coming in for some quick pit stops at the moment.
You know, these sleds run a clear gas tank, and when they come by, I can still see just about a half a tank of fuel as it sloshes coming by. We're at lap 65, so I'm thinking we've got another 35 laps before we're going to have issues with these guys having to pit. Well, let's go to see if that shakes out, whether it's a full green pit or not.
Tyler Nichols looking over his shoulder, looking to the outside, looking to the inside. He's now a lap down, so 6 drivers unofficially on the lead lap. Nichols just went a lap down here on the home straightaway. And still standing on the gas pedal hard is Troy DeWald in the number 21. Tyler Faust way back a distant second yet, unable to close much ground right now. As we look at the Joey Birch machine running next in line, that'll be about 3rd, I think.
So the race on the track remains 3rd and 4th. They're awful tight to each other. They're battling hard. Luke hasn't been able to make it stick, but he's right on the tail of the 3rd place position of Joey Birch.
Field settling things down a whole bunch with 67 laps now in the scorebook right here. As some of our runners make their way down out of turn number 4. Once again, right around 6 drivers on the lead lap. The next driver to go a lap down in front of our leader looks to be the number 88 of the Andrew Tyrrell and Isaac Wolfgang machine. As our runners come on by, we'll try to pick up our 2nd place machine, and there he is, almost a half a lap behind our leader, Ryan Faust in the number 537. Cam Bermesh slowing a little bit on the home straightaway. Thought he was going to come into a dead stop here for a moment. That number 12 machine, he's faded back to about 7th place right now. Rest of our field again with 70 laps fast approaching. Coming our way, there goes our 3rd place machine, the Joey Birch, Michael Hayes ride in the number
Comes our leader
22.
about to lap the 5th place position of the 88 sled. That puts only 4 sleds on the lead lap right now. And we're 70 laps. I'm thinking we're within a 30-lap window of needing fuel, Leo.
Got our leader making his way back around the race course right now, and he's not let up at all on this field. Oh, close call in front of us right now. Matt Town in the 7, going up underneath Joey Birch for position. That battle's down in turns number 1 and 2 right now. So we got 4 of them fairly running close together. Coming on by yet is the 2nd and 3rd place machines.
There goes Troy. He's passing the 3rd place. That's putting 3rd place a lap down right now. Our leader is got 2nd place right in front of him to put him a lap down. He's going to be on the own lap all by himself. His pace is that fast right now.
Troy DeWald scoots by for lap number 72. Looking for our 2nd place runner right now. Here he is, the 537. Well, yeah, behind there is the 537, Ryan Faust. And then our scoreboard is showing the Mantown number 7 running up in the 3rd spot with 72 laps complete. Followed around by number 22, Joey Birch, and Andrew Tyrrell, your top 5 unofficially. Well, looking at the third place machine, the number 7, Matt Town, has just gone a lap down. And so right now, I think we only got 2 drivers on the lead lap, and there goes our second place machine right by us in a 5:37, Ryan Faust.
You're right. It looks like Troy DeWald and Foutsbrois are the only 2 sleds on the lead lap right now. So this is going to get real interesting when we got to get a green flag pit stop. If Troy's got to come in under green to get fuel and Faust got it on that yellow, that early pit might really transpire good for him.
Well, unofficially, 2 racers remain on the lead lap with 75 laps in the record book. And so far, Troy DeWald completely unchallenged in the number 21 machine. Well, back in a second, Ryan Faust in the number 5:37. Matt Town's machine just 1 lap down, about 2 laps to go in the 7, and there he goes by us, heading down to turn number 1. Well, handling is an issue right now as we see a lot of drivers bouncing around coming down out of turn number 4. Just took a look at Kevin Vermash in the 32 machine, bouncing his way around, and he was going to kind of get the wall there for a little bit. Rest of our drivers coming by, got about 6 in this group coming on by as we complete lap number 77.
Here comes our leader down the front stretch. Troy DeWald back out for that Saturday drive. He's got the sled just dialed in. He's cruising. Got a big gap on the second place position and just kind of making laps. That sled is still dialed in and handling. He's able to drive it right down the low stretch through the dirt, and it's still hooked up and rolling.
Well, coming around for lap 79 real quickly, trying to pick up our leader. Here he is right in front of us. And the 125 machine, Larry Young Jr. going a lap behind right now. So still a dominating run in the first quarter of this race for the 20-run crew of Troy DeWald. Troy really doing a great job with us here this afternoon. Driver from All Gray, Michigan, racing at Arca real hard this afternoon.
It's going to be interesting as the laps progress because we've got 79 in the books. That leaves about 320 to go. So we're going to have driver changes. We're going to have ski changes. We're going to have need for fuel throughout this. So we're going to see the backup drivers and everything else. Are they going to be able to keep pace, and are the same sled going to remain out front?
80 laps are in the record books right now, and no slowing down. Troy DeWald in the number 21 machine. And still far back in second is Ryan Faust in the 5:37. Here's our leader going before us. Right now he's about 3 laps, maybe 4 away from because of some more of the back runners. Catching up with our second place rider right now. Looking for him to come out of turn 4 here in just a moment. And there he is in front of us, the 5:37, Ryan Faust. .82 now in the book. 82 laps complete. Our leader down over in turn 2. We'll pick up our second place rider, Ryan Faust, and here he comes. So it's a half a lap differential in 2 seconds.
We've got 2 distinctive lines happening right now, Leo. A number of sleds have moved completely up and gotten themselves out of the dirt and running the high line around. Is that going to pay off for them later? Because that's going to be a lot easier on equipment to run that high line.
Well, 84 laps now into the record books as Troy DeWald. He's cleared a lot of traffic so far this afternoon. Picking up our second place machine right now. It'll be Ryan Faust again going heading down into turn number 1. So our track looks to be changing a little more as the afternoon progresses here. Still some rough spots down there in turn number 4, and it's getting real dark on the track down in between turns number 1 and 2. .86 laps complete right now. Closing in our first quarter of this event. And right now we got some passing going on down the back straightaway as we got some racing going on down in turns number 3 and 4. And it looks like Joey Birch is going to lead this group coming off turn 4 right now. Making his way around here, followed by Andrew Terrell, along with the number 19, the Bauer Racing Machine of Tyler Nichols. 87 laps in the books. As we speak, 6 riders racing together down the back straightaway right now. Right here in front of us, we got 3, maybe 4 machines coming your way. Still back in that 4th position is Matt Town. He just lost that spot to the number 12 machine of Cam Bormash here just moments ago.
That 21 machine is all by himself out front leading the race, but he's not by himself on the racetrack. He's in and amongst a bunch of sleds, so he's got to dive and weave. He's still hooked up and going right on the bottom. That sled is really working down low even this late in the race.
Nathan Joseph in the 01 making his way back out of the pit area. Our leader mixing up with slower machines right now. Real cautiously taking his way through the field. Some of these guys are going 2 laps down here in the first part of this event. And now moving up on the 22, Joey Birch goes another lap down in the 22 machine. And that machine is being scored 5th right now according to our scoreboard in the infield. 89 laps complete. Well, we're seeing a lot of track changes going on right now. As the sun's out, the temperature's warmed up, and these drivers are not just racing each other, but they're racing the track right now, it looks like. You can see them jolting around coming down out of turn 4. And down there in turn number 1 and 2, we got a pass going on right now, but it's real dark in that area right now. And we're watching some of the racers race their way outside on the what's left of our ice right here as we started the weekend off with 24 inches of ice.
We got a little bit of a battle for position between 5th and 6th. Those two are running nose to tail on the track. Right now, that's kind of our only race on the track for position. There's races all over this track with lappers spread all over the lack and faster sleds approaching slower sleds all over. But right now, the only race on the track for position happens to be 5th and 6th. And it looks like the 88 sled got around the Joey Birch sled. That moved him up in position. I think we're going to see a change when they cross the line.
Our leader just cleared us right here a moment ago to make it 92 laps complete. He can very well lap the field here before much longer. Our second place machine, the 537, right before us right now. He's got his hand up down here in turn number 1. His left hand was up. I think he was signaling to the racers.
We got a yellow on the track.
We got a caution flag. .93 laps complete right now. And boy, what a break for a lot of the racers out here. Only one other racer is on the lead lap right now. Unofficially, Ryan Faust in a 537 being scored in 2nd spot. And boy, it's been a driving clinic right now for Troy DeWalt out of Eau Gray, Michigan. He had a dominating weekend here a couple weeks ago when we were here back in January. And so right now, big break for everybody with 93 laps complete. Well, the pace sled slowing things down for us down here in turn number 4. Matt Town coming by in the number 7. He might have some issues on that 7. We'll be watching him. Troy DeWald, the number 21, making his way on by us here beyond our pace sled. Well, we're going to see if anybody's going to make a pit stop under this caution flag with 94 laps complete. Well, Troy DeWalt out of all gray. He's got that Arctic all hooked up and dialed in, looking good right now. Well, we're seeing the track change, and we're watching about half a dozen drivers make their way down pit alley right now. So this is really going to shake things up as we are 6 laps away from lap number 100. So we're going to watch these teams. There's going to be some ski adjustments, it looks like, maybe some driver changes. We'll find out here. And there's one for the Bauer Racing team. The Bauer team, Tyler Nichols getting off. Cody Bauer in place to take over right now. The Joey Birch number 22 machine, they're in the pits. Mike Haynes, the co-driver, is on that ride as well. Troy DeWald, he's coming back out of the pits in the 21. Cody Bauer, the new driver on the 19. Here comes the 22, the Joey Birch ride. Here's the Andrew Tiro 88 machine with co-driver Isaac Wolfgang. So big changes taking place right now. We're going to watch our monitor very closely. Matt Town may have had a change in the number 7 machine. He was our pole sitter. Luke Krentz, he ran the victory last night at a couple events. Well, we're told right now, reason for the yellow flag, we talked about the track conditions the last 50 laps or so. It has really changed from what we had last night and this morning. It's warmed up. These drivers are putting a pounding on this race course right now. So we may see the plows come out here to kind of level things off for us. These guys got their hands full. We see it best of all when they come down out of turn number 4. And our safety crews checking the scenery out down here in turns number 1 and 2. And so looks like one of our plows is going to make their way out. So fans, great chance right now to take advantage of the caution flag. Have a little break. Get yourself a sandwich down below from our concessions. Have yourself a cold beer down below in our bar down below. Soft drinks also available. Food vendors on the premises. Kebab stop in the pit area. Popcorn man down below, the kettle corn. They're working hard right now. All of our vendors, they've got a lot of display material on display down below. Take advantage of the free time right now. We'll call you back in just a moment. If they had to, would they shorten this if the track got too beat up? Would they? I was at Mount Pleasant Speedway had a show.
They've got to get to half to call.
Do they? Okay, I understand that part.
But I got to be honest, this is still. I thought that's still a B+.
I don't know. It's hard to say how bad it is over here. They're doing some good bouncing coming off turn 4 over here, but I don't know if it's getting better. It's warmed up pretty good. Could you lay your chair back? Well, several of our race teams taking advantage under this caution flag for track preparation right now. Noticing again down here in turn number 4, we and Rob up here kind of looking things over, and about a B+ right now it looks like, as things are getting a little soft down here, and we've seen the drivers bounce their way around down here. So maintenance on this track is one of the big objects right now. So a lot of things have changed from our hard surface from last night and this morning to what we got right now going on close to 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, the plows are clearing the track back off. As these sleds go around and shale it off, especially in this warm temperature, it really makes for quite a snowpack. So these sleds are set up to dialed in to run on hard ice. Right now it's not hard ice, but they're getting the snow peeled back, so it's still it's going to be some good running. I think we're still got we're just peeled 98 laps, so I really see us going all 400. I don't see the track deteriorating too bad. That's going to be up to the track workers, but right now, it's going to be okay.
Well, Rob, I want to ask you one thing. You've been around the sled racing a lot longer than I have, and tell us a little bit about what we're seeing right now. Is this something that's happened at a lot of events when the temperature hits about 35 to 40 degrees?
Yeah, it does. It makes the track soft. It makes the sled setup really, really crucial, because when the track gets this soft, the carbides and the studs bite that much harder, which makes the sled stick completely different than what we saw last night on hard ice. So, plowing the track is not really necessarily that much of a difference in this warm temperature, because even in the cold temperatures, they shale the ice off and, make snow that they've got to remove and get it back to a good racing surface. So just because it's warm doesn't necessarily change the plow part of it, but, it does make the track quite a bit different and the sleds handle quite a bit different.
How bad is it for the racers themselves out there? As we've been watching them bounce around the past few laps coming off turn 4. Is it physically demanding on these guys to maintain their sleds right now?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that they all have done is we started this morning with a plan of a 400-lap race. So all these sleds were planning for a 400-lap race, and when that happens, the track will get bumpy and it'll get rough. That's what the sleds have been set up for right from the beginning. With this warm temperature, what the drivers are liking about this warm temperature is there's no snow dust. The visibility is spectacular, so that's making them able to see the bumps a little bit better and approach them at the angles they want to hit them at.
We was here last month, and boy, we froze to death. We had no trouble at all with the racetrack that weekend. We carried come back 2 weeks later, and guess what? Mother Nature hit us with a hot spell. The pits was a total mess. I talked to Mike last night. I wanted to know for my own use how many inches of ice were here. And going into this weekend, they've worked 24 inches of ice, if you can believe that, around this big half mile. And right now, a lot of that has been scraped away, it looks like right now. So a lot of track prep has been going on for a couple of months, getting this ready for the 4-race series.
You're exactly right. It's amazing how much ice on a warm temperature these snowmobiles can peel off, because if there was 24 inches in the corner, we've obviously got dirt in a couple key areas. So these guys are making short order at 24 inches of ice. But, there's dirt in a couple spots, but that's the lower groove. There's still 2 or 3 grooves up above that, and that's some of the sleds we saw that running before the plow came out. So, I think we got a long race ahead of us. As that happens, yes, it's going to get rough, and the sleds that set up better for rough and these warm, tacky temperatures are the ones you're going to see slowly but surely come to the front.
I've noticed past 30, 35 laps, a lot of racers have moved up, like you said. They've gotten away from the dirt down the bottom. They found them grooves up there, and there's a lot of racing room up on the high side, and that may be the format right now to stay away from the bottom a little bit if they can. And I heard you mention these guys got their machines set up for this racing surface. In this sport, you got to play the weatherman a little bit. You got to read the temperature. We knew it was going to be warm today, and hey, you get warm weather. The ice melts, turns into slush. We got our safety crews right now making their way back into the infield area, so we could be seeing that green flag come out just shortly.
Yep, it looks like the plows are off the track. I think our promoter Mike Higgins is still making one lap. He's kind of making the last call on the safety of the track and making sure that the snow's off it. So as soon as he pulls in, I think we're going to see a short order where they'll all go one to go.
Well, we are past the quarter mark. We are working lap number 103, fans. Scheduled for 400. Maintenance crews continuing their handiwork down here in turn number 4. We'll get the thumbs up here for us in just a little bit.
They called it a 250, or that was like 330. They called that one. I've been there. They've called it a 251 once because of visibility, and then they called it 174 once because of there was so many accidents that there was no ambulances left and there was no space left in the hospital. That was a bad deal.
All right, Rob, back at her again. Our pace machine in the infield, and fans, here we go. Rob, we're back at it.
We're going 4 wide into the turn. Now that we've got a cleared off racetrack, all these sleds are bunched back up and making a race out of it. That's one great thing when we do this plow. It's make great racing for the fans. We got side-by-side passing all over the track.
Could be a whole new ball game now, Rob. 106 laps are now in the book. Look at these guys hanging together. Midfield is where the action is right now. We're 3 deep coming off turn number 3 and 4 right now. And watch them coming off that 4th turn. Looking a little better this time. Some of the drivers giving a thumbs up, heading down into turn number 1. Looking good yet as they go down into turns number 1 and 2.
We are, and we've still got the lead. 21 has still got the lead, even though he's mid-pack on this restart. But right next to him is the 537. So short order, we could have a lead change in this race. 537 is all over the back of 21.
Here we go again, down to complete. Left number 108. There's number 21. There's a 537. First and second spots right now, heading down to turns number 1 and 2. It is Dewald looking to hang on slightly now. Big break now for the rest of the field under this lengthy caution that we had out here for just a little while out here. Ryan Faust trying to regroup and hang with our leader right now. We're going to see what happens as they make their way off turn 4.
A couple of these sleds are still running pace right in front of the leader. And if a caution came out for anything else, they'd get a lap back, which is exactly what they're hoping for.
Down the back straightaway. Action continues on here at lap number 109. Into the quarter mark of our 400 lap event right now. Our leader is being real patient right now as they come down, maneuvering off 3 and 4. We'll complete another lap as they come down out of turn 4. Troy DeWald and
nose to tail, first and second are entering turn 1. Oh, 21 goes sideways real quick. That's a bobble that allowed 537 to get by him. I think when you see him come across the start-finish line now, we're going to see a lead change for the first time in this race.
Been a long time since we've had a lead change, but we got some action heating up right now. We'll be coming up to lap number 111 here as they come out of turn number 4. And so far, everything holding up very nicely as we got a brand new leader, Ryan Faust, putting it in the front and leading the way, entering turns number 1 and 2. Ryan Faust making a long journey from Rubicon, Wisconsin. He's got that Polaris up in front, leading slightly over Michigan's own Troy DeWald out of Augrey, Michigan. And that's an Arctic Cat he's racing.
It is, and I think right now the 21 machine, if I can tell by the outfit, I think that's Austin Leeck on the 21 machine right now. So Faust's got around Austin real quick. But oh, here we go. Here he goes. He's going back under. We've got a lead change again. The 537 went high. That allowed 21 to tuck right back under. We've got a swap going on in the lead. This is some great racing with 100 laps in.
Yeah, 112 in the books right now, and it's great racing. Looking at our monitor in the infield, it looks like the Matt Town, number 7. They are showing up in third spot right now, followed by the number 12 machine of Cam Vermont. So that's your top 4, and looking down in fifth spot right now, got to be the Joey Birch, number 22. $113 laps now into the books right now. And our new leader enjoying a slight edge in this event right now, Ryan Faust. First and second, just seconds apart. Yes, we watch them maneuver down to turns number 1 and 2 right now. Racing down in the lower part of that race course. And right now, they're just separated by just a few feet right now. Troy DeWald is trying to get some momentum going as they go down into turns number 3 and 4. They got about 4 machines in front of them right now as they come down out of turn number 4. Troy DeWald standing on it hard, getting right up near the wall in that number 21. Now he's going to dive down on the inside going into turn number 1 and 2.
What a battle we've got going on. Can you imagine 115 laps in the book, and first and second are nose to tail? This is some great racing going on in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
We've got a real battle coming up at lap number 116. Both our leaders running neck and neck. Front to tail right now, coming off turn number 2. We got 3 machines in front of them. They'll be soon to run those guys down. And in that lapped machine up there, we got 3 drivers that are fighting it out in front of our leaders right here. As they come down out of turn number 4, we'll go to lap number 117 this time by.
We're going to have a lead change. There he goes. 21 back of Ryan. And you know what? I think that's Ryan Spencer on the 21 sled. He's making some moves and just put Faust back into second.
Troy DeWald making a move to the inside. Now picks up the lead down the back straightaway. And right now he's opened up a bit of a gap. Not much of one, but it's a gap of about 4 or 5 sleds right now in front of the second place machine of Ryan Faust in the number 537. So right now we got 4 sleds in front of our leader of Troy DeWald, who's dominated most of the afternoon in this early part of our event. He'll close in on the Cody Bauer, number 19, just in front of him. And he's going to find some daylight on the outside coming into turn number 3. And meanwhile, Ryan Faust, he's going to try and take advantage of the slower traffic up in front. Cody Bauer is next in line to go a lap down in the yellow number 19 machine. Still watching our track conditions develop around here. Things have settled down just a little bit, but our leaders are putting on a driving clinic down the back straightaway right now. It is the number 21, DeWald, dominating the event early on here this afternoon, bringing the field off turn number 4.
You know, it's interesting. As soon as we got a plow, the field kind of came back around. Even some of these lap markers aren't so easy to get around. The 21 sled is really struggling to get around some of these guys that he was able to pass pretty easy earlier.
Well, Cody Bauer trying hard to stay just in front of our leader of Troy DeWald as they make your way down into turns number 3 and 4 right now, and trailing by a few feet back, around 10 or 12 feet. That's Ryan Faust in a 5:37 machine as they make their way down for what looks like lap number 121 in our scheduled 400 lap event. So right now it looks like DeWald having trouble getting around the 19 of Cody Bauer. They changed drivers here early on. A lot of drivers did that. Tyler Nichols ran the first part of this show, so we'll see what happens right now as all eyes are on our leaders coming off turn 4. Race leader Troy DeWald now entering turn number 3. He's built up a little momentum now there. He's got a bit of a cushion over Ryan Faust between first and second spot. And still able to get around the number 19 machine of Cody Bauer. Cody trying to stay in front of our leader. He's done that from the last time we got back into the green as we have now come across lap number 123. Down the backstretch off turn number 2. Troy DeWald still holding on to a bit of a lead now over Ryan Faust, who sits back up in the second spot. And right now trailing Cody Bauer. Bauer trying to stay in front of our leader yet. Right now he's done a great job of doing that the last several laps as we've got 124 laps in the record books. And again, slower traffic going to make a play on our leaders, possibly coming off the turns number 1 and 2. Ryan Faust unable to take advantage right now as one of our riders goes on lap down, and it's still our leader behind the 19 machine of Cody Bauer. Cody being scored right now in 6th position in the number 19. So our leaders again coming down. It'll be 125 laps down this time by. There's the second place machine. 5:37 to Ryan Faust. Back there in the third spot, we're looking at the Matt Town number 7 machine, followed by Cam Vermosh in the number 12. Holding on next, Joey Birch in the number 22, sitting back there in our top 5 position. And our leader, Troy DeWald, in the 21 machine, continuing to lead the way around. He's opened up a lead now right around 15 sled lengths over second place. Ryan Faust in a 5:37. And Cody Bauer still staying in front of our leader right now, running at the leader's pace and come off turn 4.
Yeah, it sure has been a great race since this plows happened. All these sleds are running awful similar lap times. So there's racing going all over the track right now. Not so much for position, but there's a lot of battling going on with the sleds trying to get past each other.
Ryan Faust has now gained some momentum on our leader right now as we got a single file formation race coming your way. A couple of riders staying in front of our leaders right now, and Ryan Faust is just inches off the back end of our leader going down into turn number 1. Here he is looking for the inside lane. It's not there right now. He'll fall back a line behind Troy DeWald as they make their way off turn 2. They're long back straightaway. They've got the hammer down right now, and Cody Bauer's got some company in front of him. He'll go to the outside right now. That may be the place to go. We'll find out who's going to make a pass down here. Bauer's on the outside, and almost 3 wide coming down. The number 01 machine, that's Nathan Joseph. He is now just getting past. Watching our leaders again, and right now, Troy DeWald getting to the inside of Cody Bauer. He's been trailing for the last 25 laps on that machine. Here he is in that black number 21, and trying to follow through is number 537. Had a run going for a moment. Right now he's got about 3 or 4 machines separating first and second place in this event with 130 laps down in the books. Troy DeWald setting the pace again in the number 21. He's got a straightaway advantage now over second place. Ryan Faust. Ryan now has to deal with that lap traffic. He's not doing so good himself right now. He's going to try and fall in where the fast part of the race course is right now as they fight track conditions down in turns number 1 and 2. So DeWald again pulling away. The all-gray Michigan driver setting a torrid pace out here this Saturday afternoon. He'll close up on 3 other machines right now, including the 5th place machine of Joey Birch in the number 22. We've got the 7 machine still running in 3rd spot, Matthew Town, followed around by Cam Vermash in the number 12. Cody Bowers showing 6th in the number 19, followed around by Andrew Tyrrell in the 88 in the 8th spot. Looks like that'll be the number 25. We'll do a double take. The 125, Larry Young Jr. Then it's going to be the number 2 machine running next in line. Same middle stretch. Possibly the machine there, followed by the number 32 inside of our top 10, Kevin Vermash. .134 laps now in the record book. And the distance now is picked up again for race leader of Troy DeWald. We had a challenge going on about 10 laps to go, and I really thought that maybe the 537 machine was going to make a run for the lead, but not to be outdone here as he's got a big gap now from first back to second. Ryan Faust still maintaining second spot. Fading way off the pace behind our race leader as some of our riders make their way up for, including our leader, Troy DeWald. He'll try to put a lap on that number 22 of the Joey Birch, Mike Haynes machine. And that race will heat up down in turn number 2 right now. As sun continues to peak out and hit our race course. Track conditions seem to be holding up right now after our safety crews did a track grooming here a while back.
.137 in the books, and our leader, it looks like that is Ryan Spencer on the 21 ride, just went through here. He's putting some awful fast laps down. Once they plowed this track, Leo, it's really came around, and these guys are putting awful fast lap times down again, and the whole field is running a pretty similar pace. So I'm seeing that the leader's not passing these guys that are laps down quite as fast as he was earlier.
139 laps in the books, and our leader just crossing the start-finish line. Troy DeWald again, going to contend with slower traffic. He's had no problem doing that this weekend here, mainly this afternoon here at the Isabel County Fairgrounds. Ryan Faust still running a distance second in the number 537. Prior to that caution flag, we had our leader DeWald nearly putting a lap on the field in this event. Down to turn one, our leader trying to go up underneath Joey Birch, and then number 22. Birch staying in front of our leader like Cody Bauer did for several laps after that restart. DeWald looks like he's running second. He's actually our leader right now. He's got Birch's number 22 to try and get by right now. He's going to make the inside lane all his.
Wow, he tucked it in right next to the bales and made that work going around. He's trying to catch him.
Down to turn 3. That's where the lead action is taking place right now. We'll be coming up on lap number 142 this time by DeWald in the 21. Again, trying to close in on the 22. Joey Birch. He'll look to the inside. Birch, can he move over? No, he won't do it. He'll train in front of our leader to prevent himself going a lap down in the number 22. Meanwhile, on the outside, some action taking place on the back straightaway. One of our racers trying to unlap himself back there, and we've got 4 of them running real close together coming around with 142 down.
This isn't a race for position, but boy, is it a race on the racetrack. These sleds are running side by side, 3 abreast going into 2.
DeWald slips it on the inside, still unable to make that pass on the 22. Birch trying to stay up in front of our leader yet. So that's been some good action back there as we'll try to pick up our second place machine. Ryan Faustin to 537.
All this taking place has allowed the 88 to climb right up on the rear bumper of the 22. Now that is a race for position. The 88 is working hard to get around that 22 to get into the top 5.
Well, Ryan Faust, he's a half a straightaway behind our leader right now. He's trying to take advantage of lap traffic, and right now he's having a hard time getting around some of these guys. He's still on our lead lap, running second, into third. Matt Town in the number 7. Well, the drag race continues going into turn 1. Now to the inside. DeWald getting around the 22 of Birch, and Birch lifts up a little bit. And we got to change for position behind our leader right now. As they race in turn 3.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of a high ski on the 22 sled of Birch going into 1 and 2 there. That caused him to lose a bunch of momentum. 88 got around him. I think when you see him cross the line, you're going to see a change of position. 88 moves into the top 5.
Well, Troy DeWald, it took him a few laps, but he cleared some of the slower traffic. Can't really call it slower traffic. He's been on a move. These guys are flat out flying out here this afternoon. We got 146 laps into the record books, and right now he's setting sail again, and he's going to pull away again a little further from Ryan Faustin on 537. Still running behind our first and second position machine, the number 7 machine, Matt Town. Cam Vermeesh in the number 12 is sitting back in the 4th spot. Andrew Carroll in the 88 in our top 5 right now. Then we'll go to Joey Birch. He's faded back to 6th spot in the number 22. Larry Young Jr. in the 125 still inside of our top 10 as well. Trouble on the 22 machine. He's got his hand up. Joey Birch missing pit road right now. He's going to be coming in on the back straightaway. He's got his hand up. Trouble on that machine. And that's a tough break for the young man out of Rosebush who won a race earlier this morning. He's slowing down there in turn number 2. I think he's got the momentum to go to the pits on his own. There'll be no caution right now. So something amiss on the 22 for Joey Birch. He'll be bringing the 22 into the pits.
He was able to get it onto pit road, but it looks like the sled is definitely off the pace. Fortunately, right out our window is going to be the pit crew. Let's see what they're pulling off to see if they can get this sled fixed and back out there.
And here comes number 22, Birch off the machine. Crew goes to work underneath right now.
Looks to me like they might have had a track derail issue. They're working on the back end of the machine. They're fueling it again, so it might be back in the track. They might have the track back on, but they're maybe a track tighten and send them back out. They did refuel it. Looks like they're changing drivers.
Well, for sure, that's going to put him a few laps down in the running. He's back to 8th place now. And he'll continue to go backwards on the scoreboard. Here we go, back at it again. Looks like a driver change. Mike Haynes may be the driver on that machine right now.
You're exactly right. The Mike Haynes has got on the sled. It looked like they might have had a little track derail problem. They probably put a couple turns on it, tightened it up. They've got one of the best pit crews here. Look at him go. He's back out on full pace. I think we're going to see Mike Haynes drive with a vengeance here.
Well, the 22 machine's now going to be scored in 8th position, well behind our race leaders right now. We'll be picking up our leader here in just a moment. Troy DeWald continuing to hold on to a huge lead in the number 21 machine. Ryan Faust still a distant second in the number 537. And now up to third, Cam Vermeesch in the number 12 has taken third spot away. Andrew Terrell's moved up into fourth. And looks like Matt Town has faded back to fifth in the number 7.
Quite a shakeup took place. For the longest time, 7 was running in the 3rd, 4th position. Now there looks like Matt Town has slotted himself back to 6th. We've got the rundown in order. We've got the number 1 position, 21 sled of Troy DeWald, Austin Leeck, and Ryan Spencer. The 2 position, the 537 sled of Ryan Fouts. In 3rd place is the number 12 with John Bosek and Cam Vermeesch. The 4th position is the 88 sled of Isaac Wolfgang and Andrew Terrell. In the top 5, rounded out, is the number 7 sled, Articat, Matt Town, and Luke Krentz. In the 7th position, local favorite, Cody Bauer and Tyler Nichols. 8th position, after a forced pit in green flag here, Mike Haynes and Joey Birch are back out on the track, but they had to fall back to 8th position.
Well, right now we're showing 156 laps into the record books right now. And still Troy DeWald continuing to dominate things here. Got that 31 getting loose up here for a moment. Thought he was going to get in south end of the wall. And the 31 driven by Aaron Mayer. So the driver there, close call coming off turn 4. .157 laps continue in the scorebooks. Right now, no one catching our leader.
Look at what I'm saying. 21 is slowing. He's on the front stretch, slowing down. It looks like he's got issues. He's looking down. We might have a serious problem with our leader.
We're going to watch our leader. You're right. He bobbled or slowed down. Something happened in turn 4 a moment ago. He looks like he may have it back up to speed right now, so he may have just got out of line down here, but we're going to watch that lead machine, the 21 of Troy DeWald.
You know, some of the things you might see here is the Articats run their carburetors facing forward. And one thing that the Cataract Collision team does is they run a big blocker to take care of it. Oh, we've got one in the banks out of turn 4. That looks like the O2 machine. I can't tell that for sure, but it looks like the O2 machine. It is. Leo, thank you for that. Put the eyes on it. No, it's definitely the O2. He's up and running. Didn't even tip over. Just kind of slid into the bank. He's got it back running. Don't even need a tow sled. But what this is going to do, Leo, is bunch the field back up. Let's see how this progresses.
Well, looks like the J Middlestrat Jake Barrett machine out of the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area bring us under a caution flag. Been a long time. We've went almost 60 laps since we went back to racing. We are at lap 160 right now. So We are advancing real well in this 400 lap event.
They're getting the field bunched back up. This is going to be a great restart. We're going to see if they open the pits on the next time around or if they're going to keep them bunched and just get a restart rolling. It's going to be interesting. It looks like the 12 sled is the lucky dog. He's going to be able to come around and get back on the... He's going to pick up a lead lap. He was 2 laps down in third, I'm sorry. But that's going to be able to get him close to putting him back on the same lead lap. That does indeed do that. That puts 3 sleds on the lead lap now, Leo. Our top 3 are all on the same lap position. Our 4th position is a couple laps down, the 88 sled. So if a caution came out right away, the 88 would be the lucky dog to get a lap back. But right now, our top 3 are all on the same lead lap. They're bunched up. Let's see if they come into the pits now. The pits are open, I suppose.
Well, this could be very interesting looking down the back straightaway. Well, so far, top 3, 4, 5. Here comes Cody Bauer in the pits in the 19. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost half the field's coming in right now at lap number 161. And look at the crews down here. They're ready. They know what's going to happen right here. Maybe we don't, but they've got a strategy figured out here. Here comes Matt Town in the 7. I see Cody Bauer in the 19 coming in the pits.
You know, and as they come down, it looks like these guys, other than Beard, they were pitted earlier on green flag. But it looks like these guys have got about a half a tank of fuel that are out there running. You know, the one sled that got the lucky dog and got the lead back, got back on the lead lap, he is in the pits right now. He's topping off fresh skis. That's the number 12 of Bosek. Is he going to have a whole lot of a fresh advantage? He's on the same lap as the leaders, and he's got topped off with gas and fresh skis. Let's see how this turns out and see if he's able to put something together.
What is the pit window for fuel on these sleds? Any idea? They can go 50 or 60 laps?
No, I think with a half a mile track, these guys are all carrying about 12 gallons of fuel. They should easily be able to run 100 miles on a fuel tank. The problem is with this warm temperature and the dirt coming up, it takes the edge off your ski carbides, which means you almost need skis quicker than you need fuel.
And again, our crews down here in turn 4, we're looking things over again down here. This is going to be a whole new ball game, it looks like, when we get back underway. Strategy paying off. Some guys, like we saw, you just mentioned, a full tank of fuel, maybe a driver change. Drivers weigh differently. This machine's going to handle different with a driver, I'm told, that when they make a change like that. And there goes our pace vehicle to the infield.
Looks like they're going to go green. Their double foul restart right now. The 21 machine, I think, of Ryan Spencer is the one on that sled right now, is still able to pull out on the field. Ooh, he kind of lost her sideways a little bit out there just going into turn 4. Kind of caught it sideways. As they run on the track, 21 of Ryan Spencer. Looks like Andrew Terrell's making a pass that'll put him back a lap up. And here comes the Travis Faust machine in the number 2 position on the racetrack. 1 and 2 are running, about 10 sleds apart. 88 was able to make a pass and maybe get him back a lap. So it's going to be interesting as these laps click down.
Well, 165 laps in the books right now. Leaders again making their way around, pacing the field off turns number 3 and 4. Ryan Faust in the 537. According to our monitor, he's got the front spot right now. Yet reclaiming the lead. And this race has been dominant by Troy DeWald in the number 21. Cam Vermash in the 12 is in third spot yet. Andrew Tiro fourth in the 88. Matt Town holding on to fifth in the number 7.
Here's a pass for position on the racetrack. The 22 sled of Michael Haynes is really making that sled work. He was able to get around the Faust boys, so that moves him up in the third position on the track. He's really trying to catch that leader and get a lap back.
.167 laps into the book, and DeWald being shown up back in front in the 21. We'll keep an eye on our monitor in the infield right here. Looks like the 88 trying to stay in front of our leader. That'll be the Andrew Terrell, co-driven with Isaac Wolfgang. They had a strong run early on this afternoon, or I should say late morning if you fans just joined us here. Missed a couple races this morning as we started at 9 o'clock earlier. So we've seen some changes. Some of these guys have had some good runs all weekend long right now. Tiro in the 88 bouncing his way around off turn 4. Our leader coming up behind him is the Troy Dewald, number 21. The 537, Ryan Faust. Caution flags out. Trouble down to turn 4.
Oh, and that is the Faust. He's the number 2 sled. I didn't see it. It looks like he looped it. The sled's on the skis in the track. It looks... Yes, it is. Faust either spun it around or tipped it over. It looks like the sled's intact. The driver's up. He's making it run, but he's able to stay on his lead lap, but he did cause a caution. So what that's going to do is that, you know what that's going to do? The 88 sled got around the leader. He was 2 laps down. Now he's 1 lap down. He's also going to be the lucky dog. He's going to get that back. That puts the 88 back on the lead lap.
And this yellow flag, this does bring us up to lap number 169 right now. So we're going to find out if pit stops are going to come about. Not everybody pitted off that last caution. We just had that about 10 laps to go. Troy DeWald regrouping back in the lead just a while back. So Ryan Faust looks to be okay. We're going to check to see if he's going to continue on in this event. Right now he's gesturing to the pit area in the number 537. So right now he's out of contention, but long ways to go at lap number 170 right now, scheduled for 400. Race fans, don't forget, we'll come back with you for the final Triple Crown Series by Noble presented. That'll come up February 23rd, 24th, and the 25th, 2 weeks from now. Make your plans, mark your calendar, be sure to join us for all the fun. Maintenance crew is going to look things over on the outside down here in turn number 4, so things happen quickly. I just turned my head a little bit and saw that caution flag flying from our head starter, and sure enough, Ryan Faust, a contender for sure all afternoon and all weekend, in trouble down here in turn number 4.
Now, Leo, how many sleds are going to be coming under the yellow? I think as soon as this field gets bunched up, I think you're going to see more sleds come in this time. I think they need skis, they need fuel. I think it's going to happen.
Well, we noticed 10 laps ago during the last caution, not every team did come in. So this may be the break some of these guys had. Like you said, what'd you estimate for pit window? 100 laps maybe for some riders?
I think they can easily go 100 laps on fuel, but the way the temperature is and the little bit of dirt showing, I'm not sure they can go 100 laps on skis.
Well, right now down the backstretch, that's a new pit road from the last time. We do have somebody, that's probably Ryan Faust, but nobody coming in, and of course I think that's a 537.
Yes, it is. It looks like 537 is the only one coming in pits, and it does not look like, yep, this is going to be a pit window that remains open for him. So I'm interested to see that some of the back guys that are on the lead lap, if I was the 88 team, I would have pitted on that call.
Well, Troy DeWald listed up in front, and going to look for that number 12 machine. Cam Vermash being shown in second in the number 12 machine. Then it's going to be Ryan Faust in the 537. Well, that's going to change right now. We got Tiro moving up to third in the 88 machine. Faust fading back into 4th spot. That may change. Cody Bauer, they had a driver change a while back. That number 19 sitting up in the 5th position at the moment.
For those of you fans that are paying attention, when I say a ski change, they've actually got skis, carbides, all in assembly, and they change that. They can actually put fuel, about 12 gallons of fuel, and change both skis in under 30 seconds on these sleds. That's how crucial this is. That's why it's such a team sport. These drivers are incredible athletes, but at the end of the day, it requires teams to be able to keep them on the lead lap and keep things going that way. With this dirt starting to show on the racetrack, fresh skis and fresh carbides are a big, big deal. So we'll see how it turns out, because 537 now has fresh skis and a top fuel tank, so or topped his tank full of fuel. So we're going to see. He's the only one that pitted on this window. It looks like the pace sled's pulling in, so I think we're going to go green. Let's see how this turns out.
All right, back at it again. Race fans looking at lap number 173 coming up at Cody Wall. He'll set the pace going down in turn number 1 and 2. Joey Birch moves back around. He'll try to regain a lap in that number 22. Good start for him right now as he stays just in front of our leader. And that machine is being scored in 9th. I'm not sure how many laps down he is right now. Maybe a couple for the 22. We're going to check our monitor up here. Oh, look at the passing going on. 3 wide. 4 laps down for Birch in the 22. And right now he's in front of our leader. Wow, 4 wide for a moment. Here we go off turn 4. Right in the middle is Matt Town in the number 7. Ryan Faust trying to make his way back up and make a charge in this event. So right now, Birch machine, the 22, 4 laps down to our leader. But he did get a good start coming off that green flag as we are at lap number 174. It'll be 175 right now as D. Wald in the 21 brings the field back by. Looking down the back straightaway, it's all clear sailing right now. And right now, the Birch machine, the 22, would like a few cautions to come out as he's faded several laps behind our leader. And we got one driver almost losing it for a moment. That's a good save. And that's on the number 67 machine. Dustin Farrick in the 67. He had a good save down here in turn number 4 a while back.
So a new rundown on the track. We've got a bit of a shakeup with what happened on this last caution. Of course, the number 21 machine, he's kind of been the class of the field all day. That's Troy DeWald, and I think it's Ryan Spencer on the sled right now. But in our second position, that's the number 88 Eckert Racing sled of Andrew Terrell's on the sled right now. Back a ways is the Faust sled. He came in and pitted. He's got fresh skis and a full tank of gas. He can go a long ways under green, so let's see how that shakes out.
Race leader entering turn number 3 right now, still trailing the 22. Joey Birch 4 laps down right now, but Troy DeWald putting on a driving clinic in that 21. He'll lead the race at lap number 178 this time around. Looking back at the number 12, only very second, Cam Vermosh from Unionville, Michigan. Well, that's a Polaris he's campaigning this weekend. He's stuck in the middle of some lap traffic as that battle is set down. Coming off turn 2, they'll head down to long back straightaway, well behind our leader. Cam Vermosh still running back into second position in this event right here. As their leader, Troy DeWald, continuing to lead the action. And the 31 pulling aside. He's going to let the faster machines roll on by. That 31, Aaron Mayer right now. It's DeWald running some quick laps out here as well in the number 21. Troy DeWalt maybe checking up a little bit. We'll check his lap times here for you in just a bit. Rob's up here on his screen here, so we'll find out what the lap time is going to be right now. I thought he kind of faded a little bit. Caution flags out.
You're right, Leo. Caution on the track. We got the pace sled back up. He's going to gather him back. Every time a caution comes out, that racing gets exciting. So we're going to gather the field back up. We're going to have a close race again.
Well, caution flag again here, folks. Closing into the halfway point, 182 laps down into the books. And officials looking things over down the back straightaway.
I'm seeing an awful lot of movement in the pit area right now. I think these guys are, I think a whole lot of the field's going to be coming in, getting gas and skis this time. We've got another plow on the track, so that's what the caution's out for.
Well, several of our racers making their way into the pit area under this caution. Taking advantage of the situation right now. That's the Andrew Terrell machine. The 88, Isaac Wolfgang, the co-driver. Well, maintenance crews making their way up out of the pit area, so fans, great chance right now to take advantage of our situation with a break on the speedway. Stop on down, and then don't forget to pay a little tribute to our food vendors down below. Get yourself a little lunch, maybe an adult beverage. The bar is open, by the way, down below. I know a lot of us will probably head on down at the end of 200, make that 400 laps. But check out the nice pork sandwiches, the French fries at the Up and Smoke Barbecue Grill at the north end of our grandstand area. Down in the pit area, our kebab crew servicing the pits with their excellent food. Got the kettle corn crew down below, stirring up some great popcorn down below. Little Caesar is getting a plug with us also this racing weekend. Racing merchandise, we got tons of it. Stop on down, take home some material. Grab yourself a souvenir program. A lot of profiles on the drivers, almost all of them that have raced here so far this racing season. They come from various parts of the Midwest, including Canada. So glad to have everybody with us here this weekend as we are going to spend a few moments servicing our race course right now. That warmer weather playing a little havoc with our race course right now. So once again, check out the racewear down below. Got the Noble T-shirt booth open right now. You can stop on down, check out the racewear, the hats, the jackets, the T-shirts, other sponsors with their vendors With us here this afternoon, Rucker Motorsports down below, Central Motorsports. Nice supply of vehicles they brought for this racing weekend for you fans to enjoy. Stop down, make a deal, ask some questions, check out the pricing, financing, and what you can do. So don't forget, we will return here in a few weeks, 2 weeks from now, February 23rd, 24th, and the 25th. So once again, glad to have you folks. Grab yourself a hot dog, a soft drink, a beer maybe. We'll call you back here in just a little bit. Working lap number 186 right now.
And then you end up biting it because it's swelled up. And then it makes it worse because the bite swells. Does mine too. Well, Leo, they're still plowing the track, and they're trying to get a lot of this snow that they've shaled off the track as they go. But with all the pit stops shaken out and everything else, we have had a lead change on the track. The 537 right now, as they run in this yellow flag plow session, the 537's back in the front of the pack. Number 2 is the 88 sled of Isaac Wolfgang. Isaac is back on the sled. And then in third position is the number 21 of Troy Dewald and Austin Leeck. Fourth position is 12. Those are the top 4 that are on the lead lap. So currently, we've had a little bit of shakeup after the pits. So some of these guys are a little faster in the pits, and that's what's caused this.
Well, with Ryan Faust back in the lead, that's got to be a big confidence and team booster after that flip he had early on about 60 laps ago. And to put him back up front like that, that's good for the team morale, I would say. So nothing was really hurt on that incident up in turn 4, but he's got probably the second fastest machine all afternoon right now. Show's been dominated by Troy DeWald in the 21, but we got a ways to go. Not quite halfway, fans. Looking at lap number 189 right now. Well, track crews continue to press on under this yellow flag. This time around, we'll be coming up to lap number 192. Well, Team Blue making it back up out of the pit area, so watching a few drivers come on in and make some repairs on their machines. The Jake Bears and Jay Middlestrat team. Team out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, out of Polaris. Great to have them here. They was here last month for the first show we had for the Noble Triple Crown Series.
Well, Leo, it looks like the trucks are getting awful close to pulling off and finishing up their final cleanup. You're right. We've got a pretty good-sized mud patch coming out of 4. It looks like about the same thing coming out of 2. Right down low in 1 and 2, there's a little bit of dirt showing. But, you know, you move up about 10 or 15 feet off the bales, and there's still a great ice groove. You know, considering the weather conditions, this is a great racetrack, and especially there's really, really good visibility. So I think now that we've got the snow plowed off, I think we're going to go back to a great race. There's been quite a few lead changes with these yellow flag stops. So we've got a little bit different guy out front than we've seen all day. The 21 sleds kind of had the pace all day. Right now it's Faust out front, 88 in second on a Polaris. And I think a little ways back there is the number 12 sled and then the 21. So it's going to be an interesting shakeup how this thing sorts out when we go back to Grant.
While watching the field, make your way down out of turn number 4. We got them back 2 by 2. It looks like one more lap possibly under the caution flag right now. And our maintenance crews are back into the infield. We'll go green here very shortly. Looks like our head starter giving the field a 1-to-go signal. Ryan Faust being shown as your leader right now in the number 537 driver out of Rubicon, Wisconsin on that Polaris. In the second, the Andrew Tiro ride. Andrew out of Midland, the number 88. Co-driver with Isaac Wolfgang from Breckenridge, Michigan. Cam Vermash in the number 12 out of Unionville, Michigan, over in the thumb area. They're being shown in the third spot right now. Troy DeWald back in the fourth spot. That's going to be interesting. He hasn't started too far back in this event so far. Vermeesh, okay, we get that right. And we're going to Cody Bauer in the number 19, being shown back in the fifth spot. Well, Rob, looks like we're ready to go. Here's our pace vehicle, pace sled, heading in the infield.
They're lining them up 2 by 2. They're going to come by for green. It's going to be an exciting restart here. We've got 537 in the lead, 88 on the outside, 21 on the inside. We're going to be 5 abreast going into this turn.
And we're underway down to turns number 1 and 2. 2 and 3 wide, racing everybody off to a great start. They'll come down out of that second turn in the long back straightaway. One of the fastest parts around this big half mile at the Isabella County Fairgrounds. Turn 3 looking good so far. First and second checking out from the field a little bit. Now we're stacked up 2 by 2 off turn 4.
Wow, you give that 537 some clean air out in front of him, and that Polaris Axis IQR, which is the only one in the field right now, is really slicing through the air and pulling out on the field. In one lap, he probably put 100 feet on the whole field.
Our leader's coming around this time by. It's going to be halfway. 200 in, 200 to go. And here we are at the halfway signal. Ryan Faust continuing to lead the way around. As we're jumped back in the second spot. Unofficially, it's Andrew Tiro putting into that second position. Holding on to third. Cam Vermeesh in the number 12 machine, followed around by the number 21 machine, Troy DeWald, who's been dominating all afternoon here.
You're right. The 21 had led the whole race all afternoon. After these yellows came out and these guys had to go in for pit, change skis and get some gas, the teamwork kicked in. That put the 537 back out in front. He was able to take off, and boy, is he taking off. He's put almost a straightaway in 3 laps on this whole field.
Andrew Otero just surrendered second, back to third place. Cam Vermeesh, he's going around now for second spot in the number 12. We'll double check on that. It's DeWald back into the fourth position yet. Cody Bowers, number 19, still running back into the fifth spot in the number 19.
You're exactly right, Leo. One thing that's exciting that's gone on here is that Vermeesh and Bosek sled. I could tell the infamous Bosek with his helmet. He's back on the sled and he's making it go forward. He was able to put 88 back into third and he's driving forward. He's not letting that 537 go. He's going to be slotted into the second spot on the racetrack as they run, and he's going to put a point on him and try to run him down.
Can't make that rather our leader, Ryan Faust. He's doing what we saw Troy DeWald do earlier today. He's dominating this event. And look at the length of the backstretch. He's got an entire straightaway lead on the rest of the field right now. And he is making up for lost time he had earlier when he crashed out in turn 4. And here he is, our leader in the number 537, Ryan Faust. So Ryan looking good, representing the Rubicon Wisconsin team.
You know, that's part of the excitement of this racing, Leo, is the Ryan Faust team. You're right, he spun it out, he crashed, but with a 400-lap race, he was able to get himself back in this, and he's now leading the field. Not only is he leading, he's stretching it out. His sled is really working as it comes around today.
Well, getting a lot of bite, lifting the left front coming off turn 4. Here's the rest of our field coming around now. Cam Vermeesh in the 12 is still running back in the second spot. Andrew Otero Number 88 still sitting back in the third spot. Fourth spot is Troy DeWald. He's playing around in traffic back there in the number 21. He's being shown back into the fourth spot. Running fifth yet is 19 of Cody Bauer.
This track is holding up amazing considering the weather we've got. Every time they plow, it just moves the groove up a little bit. These sleds are really working their way through. They're absolutely handling it awesome right now. This temperature is perfect. There's no snow dust. These drivers can really see well. And it's really put a lot of stress on the teams to make sure their setup was right on, the ski changes and the fuel. So as we see that shook out in the last yellow, there was quite a lead change. They came in running in one way, and after the team members took off, there was quite a lead change. I think 537 went from fourth to first because their team crew, their ski change and fuel picked them up that much faster.
207 laps are now into the record book. And Ryan Foss continues to dominate this event since we went back to green. And now into 537, he's gone up on some slower traffic now down at turn number 1. He'll maneuver the outside group in this event. That sun's kind of behind the clouds now. This may change track conditions a little bit as we are past the midway point of our afternoon. And we're halfway through this event at 208 laps in. It's Faust leading by more than a straightaway, and he's not wasting no time. He's putting out a driving clinic himself in the number 537.
What a great race for the fans so far. They can see everything. The Isabella Fairgrounds is a fantastic place to host this race. The grandstands, you can see every part of the track, and there's so much passing going on all the way around the track. The crew at Higgins and Associates have put down an immense amount of water, and the track is so wide, there's a lot of passing. It's been a great race so far, Leeck.
That race for second back there, they're kind of holding their own right now as we're watching Cam Bramish in the second spot, still with Andrew Tiro third. Fourth spot is Troy DeWald in the 21. Cody Bauer brings up your top 5. Next in line in the number 125, the Larry Young Jr. machine, holding on to 6th spot. In the 7th, it's the number 7 machine of Matt Town and Luke Krentz. Then we'll go to the number 22 machine inside of our top 10, Mike Hayes and Joey Birch. Next in line in our top 10, 32, Kevin Bramish. And then we'll go to number 67, Dustin Ferrick, holding on to, looks like unofficially, 10th position at lap number 211. Well, one of our racers coming down through the pit area in the, looks like number 1, Nathan Joseph. Nathan out of Gooley River, Ontario, being shown several laps down to our leaders right now as we are working lap number 212, scheduled for 400. No changes among our top 5 as of yet as we work that 212th lap at the moment. We'll be picking up our race leader here in just a moment. As he'll come by the start-finish line, Ryan Faust in a 537.
You know what it's looking like to me, Leo? It's looking like to me the 21 sled was really dialed in for the start of the race before the track got real rough and real soft. And it looks like the 537 was set up for the end of the race. Because right now as the track gets a little bit rougher and a little bit softer, the 537 is pacing the field really, really fast.
.214 laps in the record books. Things have simmered down right now. Everybody kind of pulling apart from each other. There for a while, we were all 2 by 2 and 3 wide. And things have settled down as we are past the halfway point of this event. Track crews doing a great job of getting things settled in for us. And we got a rider coming into the pits on the backstretch. It may be the Nathan Joseph, number 01. If it is, he's had trouble most of the afternoon, it looks like. He's made several pit stops. Leaders come by a left number 215, our second place machine, Cam Bramish. Driver out of Unionville. Number 12 machine in the second spot, a distance second. Here's your next 3 coming by out of turn number 4, including our leader, the 537. He'll make his move. He's down to turn number 1 and trying to pick up our second place rider right now. There's a huge gap to the number 12 machine. And here's your second place machine. He's a half a lap behind and then some. Cam Vermish out of Unionville in the number 12.
This track is really turning out greatly. Oh, look at the line that they've picked up right in the center there. It's perfect ice running right down the center, but it is starting to get rough. And the rougher the track gets, it looks to me like that 537 is going forward. It looks to me like the 537, the way he's got his sled set up, that Polaris axis is going through the bumps much better than everything else on the track at this point.
.218 laps in the record book. And everything is settled down right now for the most part. No changes in our top five right now. That running order's been the same since we went back to the green flag here a while back. The 22, the Joey Birchride, going another lap down to our race leader, who's really pulling a machine up in front big time. The Ryan Faust, number 537. Here's your second place machine yet. The number 12 machine, Cam Vermees.
Our leader is now on the same straightaway as the fourth place machine. So in a very short order, it looks like our leader has the possibility of putting our fourth place machine, the machine that ran the whole race at the beginning, leading the race, the 21 machine. It looks like 537 is almost going to put the 21 a lap down. It's going to be interesting to see how this transpires.
Well, Ryan Faust off of that big Saturday afternoon cruise. That's the word we gave early on to the race leader at the moment. At the time, it was Troy DeWald from All Gray, Michigan, who dominated the first part. As we're looking on the backstretch, one of our riders makes an exit into the pit lane area. We'll try to see which machine that may be coming into the pits with 222 laps in the books. Well, Cody Bauer just going by here a little bit. Actually, the 19 had his hand up. Tyler Nichols looks to be the driver back down there. And we got problems down in turn 2 for the 19, the Bauer Racing. That machine may be coming into the pit area. He had his left hand up coming down the front straightaway here at lap number 224. I'm not sure he's going to make it into the pits.
He's slowing in the backstretch, Leo. It looks like they're going to be a yellow, and they're going to have to tow that one. He's not able to make it to the pits under his own power.
Yellow flag waving at 224 laps into the books, and the Bauer Racing number 19 bringing us under a yellow. Tyler Nichols trading seats with Cody Bauer here a while back. Well, the problem started in turn 4 as he came down. He got up on the high side to get out of harm's way, and then he had his left hand up. Wanted the drivers to go on the inside of him. Now he's being towed down the back stretch. We'll see him on our pit road. And we see the crew down there ready to go to work. So not sure what he broke or what he blew, but we're going to find out here in a moment.
Well, there's one rider that really wanted to see that yellow, and that was the number 21 sled. He was within 50 feet of going a lap down, so that really saved him because the 537 was going through the pack and was about to put the 21, which has led most of our race this morning, almost put him a lap down. He's in 4th position, so only the top 4 are still on the lead lap, and the 537 was running at such a pace that, he almost caught him. But here we go. We are at lap 225, and a bunch of sleds are coming into the pits right now, including our leader. 537's coming into the pits right now. He's gonna give up the lead in the position on the racetrack right now. But you know what I think? By pitting right now, Leo, he only needs to pit one more time to get to the end.
Well, we are past the halfway point at lap 225, and right now, boy, we got a half a dozen of them fighting for position here on pit road, including our leader. It's been a dominating day for two drivers out here. We watched Troy DeWalt out of All Gray just kind of kick some rear end around the first part of this event. A couple cautions changed the format, but he got the lead early on and stayed there. And then, like the second part of this race, now we're calling the action up front for Ryan Faust and his crew, driver out of Rubicon, Wisconsin. So here he is, our leader, surrendering that spot. And he's back underway right now. We'll check on the 19 crew down here. They're in no hurry right now. That maybe internal down here. They're in no hurry to fix whatever happens. So whether it's the motor underneath, they're looking under the hood on that machine right there. They was running actually fifth at the time. So a great afternoon comes to a close for the Bauer Racing Team, Cody Bauer and Tyler Nichols.
You know, and unfortunately, you're right, Leo. The other thing I'm seeing is right next to him is a 22 sled of Beard Motorsports. They had a good run going earlier, and they had to come in under yellow and work under the rear of the sled. Now it looks like they're working under the front of the sled. So things are not coming together real well for the local favorite.
Not what we saw early on today, so attrition's going to start taking a toll. It's been a long afternoon, a long weekend for several of these teams. And don't forget, we can all come back and watch these guys and then some compete in a couple of weeks. The final Triple Crown Series show right here in Mount Pleasant at the Isabella County Fairgrounds, February 23rd, February 24th, and the 25th. Well, what we saw come in here a while back, most teams are back out at -2. Two of our locals, the Bauer Racing Team and the Beard Motorsports Team, are still in the infield.
One, two, three, and 4 are all within 50 feet of the racetrack right now, Leo. It's going to be an interesting shakeup. They just went back to green. We're going to see who can go to the front.
Beard Motorsports back out of the pits. Joey Birch at the helm and there again. Our field coming around now, turn number 4 to bring it down to lap number 228. Unofficially, the 67. Looks like our leader is actually in the 9th position right now. So we're going to pick up our leader here in just a little bit as we are working the 228th lap.
Right now, as they run on the track with this caution shakeup, that puts the Bosick and Vermeesch sled of the number 12 Polaris out front currently. He's running in the number 2 position on the track, but he's the leader of the race. Then our battle for second and third is nose to tail with the 21 Arctic Cat and the 88 Polaris of Eckert Racing. Fouts came in and fueled and skied, so he's running in the back of this pack. So he's in 4th, but he's still on the lead lap. We'll see how that works out for a strategy later on, because I think he only needs to come in one more time before the end of the race.
Well, we're winding down to lap number 230 right now as we are past the halfway point by 30 laps. Cam Vermeesch out of Unionville, Michigan. He's that leader in the number 12, and prior to that he was running 2nd. So now we can see our third driver dominate today, as right now he's trying to get around the driver up in front of him right now. Thought there was going to be a little mix-up in turn 2. So far, everybody holds on right now as they approach turn number 3. Back in the 3rd spot, that'll be the number 537, Ryan Faust, followed around by Troy DeWalt in the 21 in 4th, and 5th spot in the 125, Larry Young Jr. Coming up and now, it'll be lap number 232 coming our way right now. And we got a nose-to-tail battle coming your way. One of the top 5 riders as they make another lap around the Isabella County Fairgrounds Speedway. It's the Tiro number 88 back up in the 3rd spot. Getting her by the number 537, Ryan Faust. And still bringing up the 5th spot in the 125, Larry Young Jr. Troy DeWalt, unofficially, we're being check. There he is. Holding on to second spot right now in the black number 21.
Got us a pretty good battle for the lead right now, Leo. That 12 is running in the lead right now. That 21 is running him down. A couple sleds back is the 88 in third. So first and second are nose to tail on the racetrack right now. This is going to get exciting.
5 drivers are in that pack right there coming off turn 2. 3 of those 5 are first, second, and third right now. So we do have a battle. Right now we got some side-by-side action in turn 3.
Those are your leaders right now, Leo. 21 drove up on the inside of the number 12 Polaris. So we've got a race going. It's a drag race. There's a lapper in the way. 12 is able to clear him. He stays in the lead. Good job, Johnny Bosek.
Dustin Ferrick in that number 67 machine. He's actually been lapped. He's back in 9th spot. Looks like our leader right now, but behind him, first, second, and third. They're racing in our top 3 right now. In that third spot right now is the number 21, Troy DeWald. And it's going to be Tiro running next in the 88. He's currently up into about the second spot right now.
You're right, that 88's putting a charge on. He's wanting that second place position from the 21 sled. We've got quite a race between second and third.
Coming off turn 4, Cam Vermeesh in the 12, now pulling away from that group right there. Second is the black 21 of Troy DeWald. Third spot is Andrew Tiro in the number 88 machine. And racing in that lead group is the number 67 machine of Dustin Ferrick.
If you notice, Leo, there's an awful lot of braking bumps going in and a lot of bumps coming out of the corners. This is where we're going to start to see driver fatigue and sled setup really start to come to the forefront. And our leader right now, the 12 sled, is an old, wily veteran, Johnny Bosek. I'll guarantee he's the oldest driver out there, and he still is awful fast.
238 laps in the books right now, and we're watching the run for the Cam Vermeesh number 12 machine out of Unionville, Michigan. Start to pull away from things. He's broken away from slower traffic. Here he is unchallenged right now in the that 12 machine coming by right here off turn 4. And now trailing by several feet is the number 21 of Troy DeWald. Formation, the number 12, still maintaining the lead, but Troy DeWald in the 21, he's within about a good probably 8, 9, 10 sled lengths back behind him right now. He's slowly chopping away at that lead.
With less than 160 laps to go, first, second, and third are all on the same turn. This is some great racing. The track's holding up great. They're running the middle groove all the way around, and first, second, and third are within, I'm going to go with 100 yards, maybe a full straightaway. That's fantastic racing after 159 laps to go and 240 already ran.
241 laps down into the record books, and our field has settled right down now. Everybody's spacing themselves out here in this event here as we close in at lap number 242. Our leader coming by, second place coming by. Here's our third place machine of Andrew Tyrrell in the number 88 machine. Back behind him, Ryan Faust in the 537. There he is coming by from fourth, followed by the number 125 machine, Larry Young Jr.
Way to run down the top 5, Leo. And in sixth place, 239 laps in, so he's about 3 laps down from the leader. The number 7 of Luke Prince and Matt Collins. And the number 7th place is the number 32 of Kevin Vermeesh and Aaron Celeste. The number 22 is our local favorite of Mike Haynes and Joey Birch. They're a couple laps down from that, so they're about 5 behind the leaders. Number 67 is in 9th, 237 laps in. In 10th is the 02 of Jay Middlestad at 237 laps in. So we've got a lot of racing all over the field here, Leo. Some of these guys are all on the same laps and battling for position. Caution, we've got one out in the field, and you know what? I think that's the 21 sled. He put it in the hay bale so hard he's stuck. Doesn't look like he tipped over. The drive's up and running. Everything's fine. He's pointing to the pits. It looks like he's coming in, Leo.
May have just pressed too hard down here in turn number 3 and 4. Racing inside of our top 5 at the point of the yellow at lap 244. That was a 4th place run right there for Troy DeWald out of Eau Gray, Michigan. And Pace Sled going to pick up our leaders right now. And looks like the 125 getting a free pass right there. That is the Larry Young Jr. machine out of Hassel, Michigan.
Because that's the guy that needs it. He's like a Facebook whore.
Well, we got 12 racers left in this event. 15 strong came out early on for the start of this huge event here at the Isabella County Fairgrounds, brought to you by Noble Graphics. Triple Crown Series. February 23rd, 24th, 25th. Mark it down, 2 weeks away. Our final Triple Crown Series here in Mount Pleasant at the Fairgrounds. So make your plans now to be part of our action. It'll close things out for the 2017 winter season here in Mount Pleasant. Well, looks like the 67 making their way through the pits. There's Troy DeWald coming back down pit road in the number 21. Working lap number 246. Nathan Joseph out of Gooley River, Ontario, coming out in the number 01. He's had a rough afternoon. Here comes the number 32. Kevin Vermeesh. He's out of Unionville in the number 32. Well, got one or two more coming down pit road right now. Going to find out exactly who is on that machine. Get a number for you here in just a little bit. The Aaron Mayer machine. Anthony and Aaron Mayer. Drivers from up north in the UP, Rudyard, Michigan. That's a Polaris they're racing this weekend. The number 31. All right, getting set for the restart. And here we go. 247 laps in. Nicely bunched coming into turn number 1. Now out of turn number 2. And here we go down the long back straightaway now. Watch the race midfield right now. Little bumping going on back here. Everybody holds on. Almost 3 wide. Somebody had to check up real quick. That was a smart move, it looked like. That was asking for trouble right there. And here comes the pack around to complete another lap. Cam Vermeesh in the 12 leading.
We got a serious battle for the lead right now, Leo. It's the 88 sled running second right on the rear mud flap of that 12 sled. 12 sled was able to take over the lead the last yellow. Looks like the 88's driving him down in the back. He's driving it deep. Let's see if he can make it stick. He slid up high. The 12's tucking back under. We got a drag race to the lead. We're going to have a lead change. 88 Eckert Racing's going to the lead at lap 248.
Andrew Terrell with the lead, a daring move on the inside of the backstretch. That puts the number 88 up in front for the Midland, Michigan driver. And a tough pass it was as they came down the back straightaway. It was a lap ago. It happened going down in turn number 3. Somebody else in a real slow down pit road right now. Green flag stays out. And our leader, Terrell, he's going to start to pull away from Cam Vermeesh in the number 12.
They've got that thing dialed in and on point going this late in the race. But here comes that 537. He took on skis and fuel earlier. He's got fresher skis and a bigger tank of gas. He's trying to run him down. He's currently 4th on the racetrack and 3rd on the position. He's going to catch him, and he's going to see what he can do with it.
Right now, we're watching a Terrell machine co-driven by Isaac Wolfgang start to pull away now. Could be a second part of this race that's going to be dominant by somebody right now. Cam Vermeesh back in second spot. The number 12 machine. Well, back and forth to go for second and third spot. Ryan Faust hanging around our top 5, followed by the number 125 machine. Having a top 5 run, Larry Young Jr. And next in line, Troy Dewald, who brought us under a yellow moment ago. He's currently 5th in the number 21.
Well, you're right. That 88 got some clean air, and he is out front and just hauling the mail. He was able to stretch it out on the number 12. The only one that's got any pace right now is the 537. He's trying to come through the pack. All the way back, quite a ways down, almost a half a lap down already is the number 21. He led most of the race up until lap 200. Now they've kind of gone backwards. They tumbled it into a turn and caused the last yellow. They're still on the lead lap and trying to make it happen.
253 laps in the book, and Andrew Terrell setting a pace up front now. It's untouchable at the moment. Also coming back a moment ago from the pits, the Nathan Joseph, number 01 machine driver out of Julie River, Ontario. Several laps down to our leaders, but still a contender for the point challenge here for the No Ball Triple Crown Series. Coming up to lap 254, Terrell yet leading in the number 88 machine. Cam Vermeesh in the number 12, sitting back in the second spot. In the third, being shown there, it is Ryan Faust in a 537. We got the 31 machine slowing down here on pit road right now. There he goes. He's a few laps down to us. That's the Aaron Mayer ride.
As the bumps come out on this racetrack, we're starting to see the sleds that are really handling well. And I'll tell you what, that 88 sled is going through the bumps perfectly right now. He's picking his line choice, and he's really going. The Eckert Racing crew's done a fantastic job on this sled, and it's really working exceptional. He's able to put, almost a full straightaway on the second place competitor right now. It's a great racing. We're at 255 down, 256 coming in the books right now.
Coming up now, lap number 256. Might have one more pit stop to go. We'll double check on that right now. Rob's been keeping up on stats on how long these guys can go on a full tank. So right now, coming up at lap on the 256 lap we speak. It is Andrew Terrell still setting the pace, leading by half a straightaway over the number 12 of Cam Vermeesh. 537, Ryan Faust still in third spot. Holding on to the fourth position. It's the rider on the number 125 machine. He's still a top 5 contender, Larry Young Jr. And also in the fifth spot, Troy Dewald in the number 21.
You know what I'm seeing, Leo? I'm watching 88 come by, and he's got a clear gas tank. I can't see much gas.
It's going to be tough.
He needs to pit in the next 25 or 30 laps. If he's got to do it on the green, he's going to go down a couple laps. Right now, he's leading this race in a big, big way. If he's got to pit under green, it's going to really throw their strategy off.
The finish of this could be a heartbreaker for a lot of our top teams out here. All depends how they played out their strategy right now. We're coming up to lap number 259 here. There it is, 259 right now as our leader, Andrew Otero crosses the start-finish line on the 88 machine.
You know, the machine that's got a full tank of gas, that's that 537 that's just been in the hunt all day long. So does the 21. Those tube slides are ready and willing to be able to go till the next time that they need to get gas. But sometime in the next 25 or 30 laps, that 88 has to be in the pits or he's going to run out.
Cam Vermich still trailing our leader in the number 12 machine, holding on to third. Ryan Faust in the 537. We'll look for him as our all eyes on turn 4, and there he is in the 537. Running back to fourth, Larry Young Jr. in the number 25. Troy DeWald is back to fifth. No changes in our top 5 the past several laps as we are at right around lap 260, it looks like. Our second 5 right now in the number 7 machine. Matt Town out of Interlochen. Had a good front row start early on in the Arctic. Running back into 7th. We're looking at the number 22, the Joe Burke Montaigne machine. Running next in the number 32 machine. Kevin Vermesh in the 32. Followed around by the number 2 machine, possibly the, that'd be the 02 machine. No correction. Jay Middlestad, Jake Beers, and also in the number 67, hanging back to intention officially, Dustin Feuerich in the number 67. Well, going down turn 1, great race back here for position. These guys letting it all hang out. We got about 6 of them back here. That's a great battle right now. We got one of our riders making some strong moves on the inside. And the back stretch is all theirs right now. We've been calling the action up front, but that's a great battle right there.
That was a race for position, Leo. That was the 21 sled that got by the 537. That puts him into second position. The 27, or the 21 is on the move. I'm sorry, puts him in the third position. 21 is definitely on the move. 12 still remains in second. Cam Vermeesh and Johnny Bosick. That puts 21 in third. So they've rebounded from that crash, and that sled's working again. So they're really moving forward.
That was a very strong move a lap and a half ago for Troy DeWald. That jumped him 2 spots on the back straightaway alone. So some great racing taking place on fourth position. Now he's going to pull away from that group in the number 21 machine as we are at lap number 265. So from third, make that fifth up to third now. He'll try to set sail on our leaders right now. And Terrell continues to lead in the 88 machine. And back in the second, here he is, Cam Vermeesh in the 12 machine, still hanging back there in the second. Our leader, Andrew Otero, now closing on slower traffic here. He's had pretty much the whole track to himself for the past 25 laps or so. And right now, he's contending with some lap traffic of his own on the backstretch at 267 laps. So he's got quite a gap built up between himself and the second place machine of the number 12 of Cam Vermeesh. .268 laps now into the record books. The 88 crew, the Terrell Wolfgang Racing Team, continues to lead the way around with a big advantage on the field. There they go. They'll take it to lap number 269 right now. And Cam Vermeesh, he's trailing by a bit of a distance in the number 12 machine. Holding on to third yet, Troy DeWald in the black number 21. And here comes your third place machine. That's him on the front stretch at the moment. And looking for fourth right now. The red number 537. He should be in this group coming off turn number 4 right now. And there he is, the 537 of Ryan Faust. .271 laps now into the record books. And seeing one or two drivers make their way down into the pit road area. Nathan Joseph's spent a lot of time this afternoon heading to the pits. Still trying to accumulate points in this Noble Triple Crown Series. The Terrell Wolfgang team continue to lead the way around, and here they are in the home straightaway. And right now, Terrell, he is looking to close in on Ryan Faust, and Faust is holding on to fourth spot right now in the 537. He's the driver who had a dominating performance as well this afternoon, just like Troy Dewald, as they make their way down to turn number 3.
If he's able to get around 537, that's going to put him a lap down. If a yellow comes out, that could be a big deal. So there's a lot of racing going on. We got first, second, and third, nose to tail, and fourth right in front of first. Leo, we got a new leader at the line. It's going to be Johnny Bosek in the number 12 sled. He went around 88 on the backstretch. Now he's going to work around. He's getting around 537. Oh, he went up high. He slid it. We got back for a race. He's trying to get that Faust sled a lap down. We've got quite a race going for first, second, and third.
Well, closing in quickly at lap number 275. Our leader continuing to work his way through slow traffic. And there he goes down to turn number 1. He's going to be trailing our fourth place machine to put him a lap down right now. That's Ryan Faust trying to stay amongst our leaders. And yellow's out.
Yellow's out. I think, based on the looks of the track, Leo, I think this is going to be a plow break. I tell you what, that is going to be a savior for a lot of guys. A lot of guys are getting awful low on fuel. This is going to really change the strategy up. I don't think 537 needs to come in the pits. I think he's good to go to the end. Is he going to come in and get squeezed and gas? The rest of the guys need gas. Are they going to get squeezed and gas? How is the pit strategy going to work out, and who's going to come out first? It's going to be a good race.
Well, 276 laps are in, and the action's slowing down again. You know, every time we went back to the green, we've seen a different format again. Somebody after every yellow flag has dominated coming off the green flag. So I don't know who's going to be next in line, but the Terrell Wolfgang team, it's been their show since our last caution, which came out quite a while ago. So it's going to be interesting.
You know, the exciting part about these yellows, it enables a guy that's one lap down to get his lap back. That put 125 back in the race. He's just we haven't really talked about him all day. He's in the top 5. He's on the lead lap. This is going to be a great race all the way to the end. 124 laps to go. If they get the trucks out, we'll probably have about 110 laps to go of green flag racing before the end.
He has been pretty quiet all afternoon. We've been announcing the past couple hours here. Larry Young's been hanging around our top 5 most of the day. He's out of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Little Caesars Racing, their racing team in the 125. He'll get that lucky dog pass. Little Caesars out of Sault Ste. Marie. The sponsor on that 125 machine, Larry Young Jr. Well, drivers giving a thumbs up to their fans as they come down real slowly under this caution flag. The Andrew Tiro Isaac Wolfgang machine leading this event, followed around by Cam Vermeesh in the number 12 machine, holding a solid second, well, maybe third. We're going to double check that scoreboard down here. Ryan Faust back out of the pits at number 537. Here comes Matt Town out of Interlaken, the number 7 machine. He'll bring his machine down pit road. Well, another opportunity for you fans to take a break in the action. Our plow crews coming back from the pits. A little track work to do. The afternoon's starting to wind down right now. Temperature's starting to change. Could be a different format, a setup for some of these teams. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come about, but we got the Andrew Tiro team into the pits. Our leader down here in the 88. I'm not sure if that's a driver change or not, but Isaac Wolfgang is the co-driver on that 88, the Eckert team. Andrew had a different team here last month, and we were here at the Isabella County Fairgrounds, and that team did not make it back for this weekend's event. So a lot of shuffling going on in the past month or so. And so he's on board with the Eckert Racing team, the number 88. They brought quite a crew with them, that drivers from various parts of the state. And bringing up Polaris to enjoy the weekend festivities here in Mount Pleasant. Quality Plumbing, Camoplast, Woody's, Diesel Freak, Ultimate Whitetails, LLC listed on the sponsor sheet. Yeah, and a few more drivers making their way down, taking advantage of this caution period to do some track prep as we are working lap number 278.